You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for MTV's The Challenge Rivals. Tonight's host is DJ Jesse Janity. Joining Jesse will be AfterBuzz co-hosts Emily Harbert, Mari Fagel, and Isabel Mora. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest MTV's The Challenge Rivals news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, DJ Jesse Janity.
Yo, what up, AfterBuzzers? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janity. We're here in the AfterBuzz TV studios, and I'm usually it's just me and the steamer, but I'm very privileged tonight to have a full house here. We have to my left, Isabel Morris. She dropped out of Teen Mom tonight and is joining us here in the studio for the Rivals. She was supposed to be here for the whole season, but she got pulled away by those pregnant heifers.
Pregnant
and
16-year-olds.
We're very privileged in the house to have across the table from us, Sir Leroy Garrett.
That's right. One of the African Americans from this season of the Rivals
We brought the brothers in this season. No, Leroy, you called in a couple times. We're very thankful, and we finally got him in the studio. And we were supposed to have Adam King tonight, but he can't make it. But even better, we got Nehemiah in here. So, welcome, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to AfterBuzz TV now.
Am I looking at you, or am I looking at the camera, or am I looking at Roy Lee, or the TV?
You look wherever you want to look.
Okay.
We'll catch you.
Yeah, look right here, son.
Yeah.
We're going to have our own reunion drama tonight. So I believe on the phone we have Steve the Steamer, our challenge expert. Steve?
What's going on, guys?
What up, Steve? So the Steamer joined AfterBuzz TV. He knows the challenges better than probably the producers do. I mean, can go back and pull anything out of his ass. So, Steamer, what did you think of the episode tonight? Were you pleased with the reunion? Did you want to see more drama? What did you want?
I was hoping to see some more drama.
You didn't get your cup full of drama tonight?
I think there's more between Adam and Jen than what they showed, but...
Oh, we'll get into some Adam and Jen, guys. Now, off the top of your head, what were your thoughts watching? I mean, because, Leroy, you said it was 6 hours you were in there taping.
Yeah, it was a long time.
And, I mean, Nehemiah, you've been on these shows before. So what are your thoughts looking at it and seeing the editing that's done? What were your thoughts going into this and just watching it live? You watch the shows weekly live. So what are your thoughts when you watch them live and versus the editing? And are you surprised? Do you kind of get upset? Do you feel that they twist the storylines around?
Looking at the Rivals reunion, it's kind of accurate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had everything that went down. The only drama that really happened was between, Jen and Laurel that was arguing. I really couldn't understand, I don't know why. My big question is, why does Johnny hate CT so much? I don't get it. I don't know what happened between them in their past. I seen the whole incident on Cutthroat, but he hates him with a passion.
I could tell you, when you do these shows, and you can be a witness to this. There are a lot of people who love being on TV. Mm-hmm. They love camera time. They love to talk. It's evident because you can watch the show and you can see who likes to make the most comments. If you put two of those people in the same room, they're not going to like each other because they take away from each other's shine.
Right.
So the main thing that one person is going to try to do is get someone else who may take more limelight off, get them off the show so that they can have more spotlight. On top of the fact, you saw CT wore Johnny like a human backpack.
Yeah, that was bad.
Walk on the streets, people are going to be like, yo, you got worn like a backpack. Everyone saw that. So for his ego, that's hard. And it's hard to even lose, but to lose in that manner, I can understand 100% why he hates CT.
Steamer, does it go even deeper than that? Because I really haven't watched previous seasons. Is there any other reason why you hate him so much?
I don't think so. I think that's the main issue. Like Nehemiah said, like just made him look like such a bitch that.
Damn,
like
the
that,
big B
you just
word.
gotta sit with someone like Johnny.
Well, we'll be using that a lot tonight with a couple
Yes.
people.
By the way, I believe Maria is also on the line.
Maria. No?
No? All right.
All right.
That is
well,
not Maria, apparently.
Hello, guys. It's me, Maria.
We'll get her on the phone now. Now, I just want to start at the top because they didn't have all you guys back, and I was kind of actually disappointed because I found out tonight that all of you weren't there. Actually, Jasmine tweeted that she wasn't going to be there, and I wanted to see Houston in the house. I wanted to see.
H-Town.
I wanted to because she would have given us the drama that we needed.
Right.
But also with you, Nehemiah, actually going into the challenge, I was so excited for your episode.
Oh, thanks.
When watching you just flip out, call Evan I'm on the biggest bitch in the house.
Quote
Island.
it. Go ahead and quote it, man.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
I
Y'all
wanna
ready?
hear it.
Y'all ready? I said, you ready? I'm playing this game with a bunch of bitches,
When
and
you
I
said
got
he
the biggest
spit
one.
all in his
I
face.
spit all in his face. I had to make sure he was right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm playing this game with a bunch of bitches, and I got the biggest one on my team.
All right,
And it was true.
So let's go into this right
Yes.
now
Okay.
because I asked Leroy, but obviously it got to come out.
I
of your
believe
mouth.
Maria is now on the line.
Maria.
Hi, guys.
What's up?
All right, give me the rundown. Who's in studio?
All right, right now I'm sitting here with AfterBuzz host Isabel Moore, and we are across the table from Leroy and
Oh, Leroy's in the house. Nice.
What up?
and we have Nehemiah from the show.
Oh, my God. How great. How are you guys?
We all right. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
It's a nice place. I don't want to
just,
leave. I think I'm going to stay tonight.
landed in L.A. and my phone is dying, so at some point if I cut out, that's why.
All right. Well, actually, we're about. I'm gonna come back to that question with you, Nehemiah, because I
Good.
really want to ask this, Maria. I watched the reunion, and the number one thing that I really want to get out of your head is, what were your thoughts? We were just talking about Johnny and his hatred towards CT. What were your thoughts towards Johnny Bananas? What were your thoughts just dealing with him throughout this episode? Because he made a lot of comments. Every time someone make a comment, he had all these little like side remarks. And I know you're a people person, and you kind of are really good at basing somebody's character off when you first meet them. What were your thoughts of Mr. Bananas?
Well, Leroy, do you remember how many times I had to tell the boys to stop it because they were all being such, they were being difficult. I'm like, guys, enough.
You were getting aggravated. You were getting aggravated. It sucks when people like trying to talk over one another. It's like,
Right.
let somebody say what they got to say, then your turn. Johnny was always like, bah, bah, bah.
So-
Yeah, and he was really angry at CT, and I'm like, dude, you won. Like, let's move on. But it was difficult because I was trying to get the show done, and he just kept jumping in and stuff. But the root of his anger, I don't know. I mean, obviously, getting beat by him in the last challenge in such an embarrassing way, which I thought was really.
What actually happened? The world didn't see it. Can you tell us?
The world.
The world. Oh, the world saw it. I mean, CT. CT made him into like a rag doll, which he was actually really good about it when he said, "Listen, after the public humiliation I faced, it was really nice to beat CT finally." And the way he put it was really, really cool, I think. But yeah, it was pretty wild.
Also going into it when I was looking at Johnny and CT, do you guys think that it's more, because when I look at Wes and how Wes has played these challenges, his personality to me has just gone to the dumpster.
Who's Johnny?
Wes. No,
Oh,
Wes.
Wes.
But so, and also seeing that, before, I don't even want to jump onto Wes yet because that's just a whole can of worms within itself. Johnny, do you think that he's just trying to, I know he has a lawsuit right now with Entourage. Do you just think he's just trying to put this hatred out there because, who was it that said, was it Laurel or Evelyn that said, you hate CT because he can beat you and you're intimidated by that? So do you think it's honestly that, or do you think it's that on top of trying to get more camera time, being more of trying to be a star of some sort and have a bad guy to pin it on?
We're going to go with D, all of the above.
All of the above.
I'm going to go with D also. I mean, if you hang out with him outside of the show, same person. The difference between him and Wes Wes on the challenge, really bad. Really bad Wes. You hang out with Wes outside the challenge, whole different person. Very chill.
Yeah, that's what Leroy was saying. Leroy had a pretty good take, and it was the same thing from what I remember, is that
Wes is a certified nerd.
Person.
Yeah.
Certified, he wears it on his back. He got a tattoo. Nerd.
Does he really? Put a stamp it on that. So I mean, even let's go into Wes. We've seen throughout this whole season picking on girls.
All the time.
Picking on girls, trying to start things with CT, and then when on the after shows, you would never even assume it. I believe it was an after show with you, Nehemiah, where he was apologizing and quiet as all hell. So this is all for the cameras.
They play it up. Wes knows how to work the camera, and even on the Real World that he did with me, in the description of Wes it says the guy that you love to hate, and he plays that up. He plays that up. He knows exactly what to do on the camera, what to do around people to get a reaction, but it's not really him. And that's the reason why Wes is still one of my best friends today. Anyone who knows me outside the show, they're like, how do you hang out with this guy? But I'm like, look, it's a whole different person. So when I go on the challenge with Wes, I just sit back and laugh because I see the character that's being portrayed, and it's like, it's funny, but I know why he's doing it. I mean, we are making a TV show.
Okay.
And there's a reason why Wes always gets called for the challenges. He's smart when it comes to working this camera time.
So with that, do you feel that, because this season I just feel like it really was bad. I mean, he was on some like, I'm the Greek god, I'm the champion, like let CT say something to my face and it's gonna go down. And when CT went in his face on the after show, he was like, peep, couldn't hear nothing to say.
Or when Cara Maria stood up to him, he was quiet the entire time. I thought he was going to cry. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to cry.
That's because he would look bad. Like when you do
bad.
things like the same thing with Laura apologizing, when you watch yourself on TV, you're like, whoa, I need to go back there and try to redeem myself and say I'm sorry. Half of the time when you apologize and you really aren't sorry, same thing happened on my season with Adam, same thing with Laurel, that bullshit apology, the same thing with Wes. I mean, he's just sorry for America, I guess. He really nobody really cares, you know what I mean? So that's just what, isn't not to throw anybody under the bus, that's just everybody can see through it.
Right. Exactly.
That's real talk.
Maria, did you feel that any of the apologies from the show tonight were legit? Do you feel anyone was just saying it for the camera? Because I have read on some of the interviews, I knew that Laurel was going to apologize to Paula. And people were saying that was fake, that was going to be phony, and Laurel doesn't really feel that. And we know from a past reunion, Laurel apologized to
Eric,
yeah.
I definitely believe the apology to Eric. I definitely believe the apology to Eric. What did you feel about tonight's apology?
I have to say, I wanted to believe that it was genuine. I think that she's starting to see a pattern in her behavior on these shows and the way she talks to people. I mean, I called her a monster in that last reunion for what she did to Eric. And I think that she is starting to see that pattern, and I feel like she was trying to be genuine. Do I know 100%? No, I don't know her outside of there. I don't know. I just see her. She keeps doing the same thing. This time, though, it was interesting because she kind of did it for a good reason. She was kind of, even though it was totally wrong, you should never do that. She was defending Cara Maria for the first time. It was like she was kind of being heroic, even though it was a horrible thing to do. So I wanted to believe that it was genuine. I kind of felt bad a little because I feel like, she felt the heat because everyone was against her, and she didn't go out for drinks that night with anybody either because I met up with everybody afterwards.
So around the table, do we feel that she was right in throwing that back at Paula? I mean, did you guys honestly, I know Nehemiah, you weren't there, but watching it, did you feel bad for Cara Maria, or is Cara Maria that annoying? Because as annoying as a person can be, you can always put that aside.
I was there when it all happened. When everything happens, I'm always there. I'm always just in the back.
Yes, you are.
In the cut, chilling. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't involve me, but when I found out that West poured a bottle of Coke in her head, I'm like, damn, that's messed up. When I seen how it escalated between Paula and Laurel, and when she said it, I never knew that Paula really was anorexic or whatever. So I didn't think it was going to hurt her like that. Like, Paula was snapping back at her, the next thing you know, she's crying. So my thing is, if you can't take it, then don't dish it out. You know what I mean? Yep. So the thing is, like, with Laura apologizing, like, when do you apologize? You should apologize like right after or a few days later. Why wait all the way until you get on a reunion or an after show to tell America that you're sorry? So therefore, when you do get on the after show, she could already be like, well, we already talked about it. We already squashed. She apologized before. So that's what makes me think that it's phony.
You do not pre-plan an apology.
Well, in Laurel's defense, she did give her. It was kind of a half-ass apology. She did apologize.
All those statements, please.
Well, no, I'm saying on the show, she gave her a half-ass apology, but did not take back. She apologized because it hurt her, but she did not apologize doing it because you shouldn't have. And I said it to you guys watching it. Like, I just felt like Paula just should not have been involved with that.
Right.
That. Why?
Paula, you're right, Leroy. She can't dish it. She should not. She can't take it. She shouldn't be dishing it. She definitely does a lot. So.
And then, like, while we were watching the show, while we were filming, Paula steady, like, digging at her. I'm like, Paula, she just made you cry like a couple months ago, and you steady digging at her on the reunion because she knows that Laurel can't fire back because she's apologized. So she's like, I should call you Bigfoot. Like, if she's apologizing, even if you don't feel that it's legit, why are you steady going at her? Because at any moment, Laurel could just snap and make her cry again. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as she was doing that, I was getting irritated about that. Like, Paula, just stop. Even though you don't believe it, don't keep going back at her.
Yeah, putting the stick in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
So with the drama between Wes and Cara Maria, he said tonight that it was building up. Have they been? I can't recall, but have they been on past seasons where, like, is she just really this annoying person that you guys can't stand?
I love Cara.
I love her.
I love Cara.
You should have seen her in that dress in person.
Oh,
I can imagine.
God.
Looked like Catwoman from that Batman Forever or whatever it was.
Man.
She kept having to put this like oil on that dress to keep it flexible or something. It was funny.
Really?
I think she's like hands down one of the best looking girls on the challenge.
Agreed.
Period. But like the beef that her and Wes have, like all the beefs is on that stage go back way before me, so I know nothing about it. So that's why I kind of sit back and watch. But to have beef with the girls, like, come on, man, you on a competitive show with men. Why are you beefing with a chick?
I don't think there's any situation where a grown man should be in a beef with a woman or should result in
unless she didn't pay him his money.
That's different.
Then
you're bringing money in.
Views expressed here.
Yeah, I want my money.
Well, maybe this is like when you're in kindergarten or in elementary, right? And the only way he knows how to proclaim it to her is by picking at her every time, making her cry, and then I don't know.
I think you hit something on the head. I mean, we talked about Cara one time, me and Wes on the phone, and I think he's watching, so I'm gonna put him on blast, and he was like, "Cars." Me and Wes have a semicircle. He has his type, I have my type, and then we have a semicircle where there's girls that we both will be attracted to, and Cars in the semicircle.
And Cara kind of reminds me of Johanna. Was that her name?
Johanna.
A little. And I mean, let's not forget how long Wes and Johanna dated after.
Yeah.
So maybe,
And even playing to that, the two things he said that pissed him off when it came to her was her pony and her boyfriend. All she does is talk about her boyfriend and her horse.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Right.
That does not make any.
Right.
Not legitimate.
I listen to all the
so
stories.
There you go.
I just sit there like.
You guys, I unfortunately have to cut off and jump off really quick, but have a good rest of the show.
Thank you, Maria.
And I can't wait to see the reunion myself because I haven't seen it yet. So.
Well, thank you for calling in, Maria. We appreciate it.
Peace.
Of course. Thanks, guys. Glad to have you at AfterBuzz.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you on the phone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
By the way, speaking of callers, I just wanted to give a quick message to all of you calling in. We will take your calls just after the commercial break, so hang on tight and hold on to your questions.
And if you do have questions in your you want to get them out there, you can join us in the Ustream chat and just send them in there, and we'll ask those away too. All right, so I want to go back to this because I want to stay on Wes. I'm not finished with him yet.
That's my man's in them.
All right, so
watch what you say.
I'm gonna say it all, and I know Steamer's got some stuff to say too.
Steamer.
Yeah, I forgot you was there.
So trust me, I made sure he had some.
a little bit.
Yeah, he had to let Maria get a shot. I want to go back to the moment where Evan threw the challenge. Now,
Evan who?
Right. So in the after show, they played a clip. And Evan Wes threw the blame on you and said that you were aware that the challenge was going to be thrown.
Mm-hmm.
The way I recalled it was you knew that the challenge before the one you were actually doing was supposed to be thrown, but because whoever was sent in the jungle that night, that got X'd.
Mm-hmm.
So were you aware that Evan was going to pull that whole little stunt?
First of all, I don't trust none of them. You know what I mean? You could look them in the face, you could shake hands, and as I'm dealing with right now with one of the cast members, they will say that they have no recollection of that conversation. So this is how these guys are on these challenges. They're ruthless, so I don't trust none of them. Second of all, they were so hell-bent on getting CT out. I didn't care. You know, I like CT. And they were so hell-bent on getting CT out, and the challenge that Evan wanted to throw, Kenny and Wes lost instantly. So I'm thinking and this is right after Wes just got into this big argument. So I'm thinking if you were so hell-bent on trying to get CT out, why are you not about to go into the jungle with CT and Adam if you want them gone so bad?
Who'd they choose, Brandon and Ty?
They chose Brandon and Ty. So it's like now I'm sitting here saying, okay, I know they want them out, but you're so bad. You talk all this mess, and now you have an opportunity to go against them and take them out, and now you're going to pick people who you know for a fact that you have a greater chance of beating. So once I saw that, I realized what this whole true alliance really was. Yep. You know, so after that, I was done with them. So Evan started throwing the first challenge. The truth behind it that they didn't show, Evan had to be back in grad school. Evan came just to get what we got paid to do the show.
Very
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
My man.
That's what you need the headphones for. You just dropped the bomb.
What that mean?
Boom.
Yes.
That was a freaking exclusive. Right there.
Okay.
Congratulations.
It's another exclusive. Roy Lee is in the building.
That gets the T-Pain one. You got the T-Pain AfterBuzz symbol right there. All right, so even with going with that, Wes felt he had control over the whole house from what we've seen in the side panels. And even in that situation, you know, he pushed Evan aside, who, by the way, was talking so much shit from like a whole nother platform away from you. And Wes kept saying, no, that's my brother, I'm going to handle this. Did he handle that? Or did you understand Wes after that?
I don't understand none of them.
No, okay.
They are there for themselves. You know what I mean? But I'm not the type. I know that we can't fight. I haven't gotten to a street fight in years. But you put some gloves on me, and it's a wrap. I'm not about to sit here and argue with another grown man knowing that nothing can happen. You know? It's like I'm better than that. Most people know that it's very hard to get a rise out of me on these shows. They try, but none of them are successful. So I'm not about to sit here and argue with Evan knowing that that's all it's going to be. I had to just start concentrating on going into this jungle and trying to win, even though he was going to try to lose it for us. Regardless. So I'm just in my head trying to figure out, okay, I just need to get on the same page as him, maybe try to, you know, use some positive assertion and be like, look, let's try to win this. We can make it to the final. We can get this money. I know you want to go home, you know, but there's more money at stake than you going home. So I had to try to change my attitude. But when it comes to getting on the same page as them, you never will be unless you're in their small semicircle. And like I said, I don't trust none of them. They're all snakes, and that's the reason why it's always the same people in the end, no matter what.
So even with that, and we have a couple of people asking in the Ustream section, why do they always suck? It almost seems like a lot of you guys give them the power. Because when I first started this, I congratulated Leroy, you, and CT. They're all picking on CT because all CT wants to do is play the challenge.
Right.
They want to play this mind game and put pieces in certain places. And it's like, well, if you just focused on the challenge, which is what the three of you guys did.
If you win, you don't need an alliance. Period.
Exactly.
That's what Wes was like, yo, man, stick with us. Like, if we winning, then we don't need you. It's like, you don't have to. Like, if you go into these challenges, you could just go in there and say, look, man, you know, I'm going to ride with you, but if I got to cut you loose, that's what's going to happen. Be straight up instead of, like, being snake about it. So that's the bad part. But a lot of they come in here, what I really wish would happen is they start picking a whole gang of new people.
Right.
Because the guys, they have all the girl votes. So I can't go in there as a rookie saying, all right, you know, let's go up against the mob, and then the target is on me, and I want to lay low, you know, skate to the final. So it's hard. Maybe, you know, if they do another challenge where they put, I mean, you got a whole new cast from the New Orleans season. You got the whole San Diego season coming up. You got all different type of,
Vegas.
The real world really don't cast a lot of athletes. So these guys right now are the ones that's on TV, the ones that are getting, you know, the ratings, that's talking shit. So I guess that's why they cast them.
They cast them, yeah. They know that they're going to come in and try to manipulate the whole situation to go in their favor. Me, Roy Lee, CT, we want to play the game. We are so excited to be in this competition because this is like the closest thing we get to professional sports. Yep. You know what I mean? We're older. We can't go into the NBA or the NFL. But here we get to go, get paid, go to these countries and compete, go into heights. I live in LA. The biggest heights I get is when I'm hiking. You know what I mean? But they are going to play these mind games. They're going to try to hook up with these girls. They're going to do all this. So that's the reason why the show is based around them. And these new people coming in, they see these people who have won challenges and they're almost afraid to try to go against them. They make these calls. Once they know that they're about to do the challenge, they start making calls. Y'all heard you're about to do the challenge. So by the time you get to the challenge, the votes are already against you unless you're in their alliance.
But Leroy,
Boom,
you
drop the
never,
bomb.
as a new cast member, you never thought it would be worth it to be hated as one of the new guys, and then you can come back and continue coming back? Because you guys just said it. If you're not one of the guys that's talking shit, or one of the girls that's causing drama, or one of the guys or girls that's being hated by everyone, you may not come back. So you never felt...
No, well, like... This challenge, well, I heard this was gonna be the last challenge. Anything that I go into, I don't want to be hated. Period. I'll go in there being lead. My whole thing was like, I want to go in there and compete. I didn't know nobody there, so I can't. It's hard for me to build an alliance with people that I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So I said, if I win, and then another thing that I hate about these challenges is when people get ready to go into a jungle or elimination, they gotta give a speech. Why'd you pick me to go in? Take your ass in the jungle.
Fight it out.
Yeah, just do it. So for me, like, be afraid of the challenge and not who you're competing against. I'm more afraid of my black ass falling off a cliff than, hitting CT with a football helmet or whatever the case may be. So
you see, these guys are not that good.
They were. I mean,
they are not that good.
CT and Wes played the game so that not CT and Wes. Wes and Kenny played the game so that they would not have to go in the jungle.
But that's the name of the game.
CT.
Yeah.
No, the name of the game is don't go into the jungle. So I can't necessarily say, maybe they are afraid of CT in some way when it comes to like competitive wise, but I don't know. I don't know what their deal is with him.
Well, what brought me to that full conclusion is that they made Evan the donkey in that situation, the first situation. They said, no, you're going to throw the challenge, and he went right with it. Now, if he's going to grad school, that's going to obviously add up to that.
Right.
But also, the second time around, Steamer, what was the situation where it was either Johnny and Tyler or Wes and Kenny were going to go in? And Wes was like, well, you know what's going to happen. Yeah, what was that issue that it was down between them?
Oh, for the final
challenge,
one.
Right?
Yeah.
That was the last challenge.
Yeah.
Wes was so cocky, like, I'm Wes and this is Kenny. Like, we're not going in. We're not going against
That was truth.
CT.
That was truth, though. Like, going into that challenge, me and CT already talked about it because we shared rooms and said, look, it's between us two. If you lose, if CT loses and I don't win, I'm going against CT. If it's the opposite way around, that's how I was going to go. And if it comes to the factor where I win, Johnny and Tyler were going in regardless because they had the votes, period. So, but the beef was because of the fact they don't show on TV, Wes running around asking for votes before the challenge was even over with. I climbed the rope so fast, he like, holy shit. He go with the mic like, Mike, do we got your vote? And then TJ tells us the vote right there on the spot. And so that's why Johnny and Tyler were so pissed. Yeah.
Steamer, what do you got as far as asking anything about Wes? Because I know he was not one of your favorites this season.
I just had a question for Nehemiah. Like, going in that situation with Wes, like, as, like, your friend since you're on the Real World season with him, like, and you saw what he did to Danny on Fresh Meat 2. Did you expect him to stab you in the back, too, or you expect him to be honest?
You know what? I know Wes. So I know coming into a situation like a challenge where there's money involved, I know that Wes is going to look out for number one. So I can't take it personal. So anything that he did in that challenge, I know that I have to read in between the lines and try to make sure that I look out for Nehemiah because Wes is going to look out for Wes. And you can't take it personal because that's almost how this game is. The people who you see talking about, I played the game fair and, I made some real friends and this and that, those are the people who go home first. And the people who don't are the ones that you see in the final. So I knew that Wes will watch my back as far as he could. And he knew that I will watch his back as far as I could. But, it's like, in the end, that it's a TV show, it's a game, and everyone's going to do what they need to do for themselves to make it to the end. And you can't take it personally.
End up breaking.
Always. So I saw what he did to Danny, and I know Danny, and I know the editing, so I don't know exactly how much of that is true, and how much of that is a TV show, But the same thing happened to me in that situation where Wes chose me over himself, and I didn't take it personal. It's like, this is Wes. He's a businessman. You put money on the line. Come on now. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I see you a couple of times a year, but I know this money's going to last me a long time. It's like,
right.
Which you choose,
Well, let's talk about the money, Leroy. You made a quote that said, "This ain't worth $50,000."
I said 50 stacks for out there. People out there that know what stacks is money, it's grands. Man.
That also needs to be a quote for a new T-shirt. For
This ain't this DISAIN apostrophe T worth with an F on the end. Worth 50 stacks with a Z with an S supposed to be.
There we go, guys. You heard it here. So go ahead. Was it
the final
true
challenge?
Statement, honestly,
man, that shit was so hard. It was. I mean, looking at it now, yeah, because I don't got the money. So I'm like, damn, I wish I'd went a little bit harder. But while I was doing it, I was like, hell no, man, they weren't giving us nothing to eat.
Where did you want to stop?
You said, where did I want the challenge to stop?
As far as what you were doing, because you guys were dragged by freaking a motorboat,
bro. I wanted to stop right then and there when it started. I was like, this is a wrap. Once when we made it to the food, we had already been hiking for like 2.5 hours. They don't even show how high the first mountain was. That's what the killer was, the first mountain. So when I quit, which they don't show on TV, was because I wanted to go to sleep. That was my thing. My body was straight. I was good. I was just sleepy as hell, man. I was like, you know what, man, it's 1 in the morning. I'm supposed to be asleep. I said, Mike, I quit, man. I don't want to do this. So Mike actually stood on the rock way longer than I did. Just the fact that he actually really did quit is the reason that they showed it that way. So, and then when we had to climb the mountain the next day, I wake up, I'm like, I see the cameraman going up the mountain. I said, damn, we got to climb this mountain. I said, man, I don't know about this. And Mike was like, I quit. I was like, yes. Yes.
Thanks, sucker. I mean, brother.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, so, and even whatever the case was, I wasn't tripping over with Mike because of the fact that we had just, the way I looked at it, like, Mike's my homeboy. We just left Las Vegas, like, 5 weeks prior to that because we got caught right after we got done doing the show. Mm-hmm. Our show from the real world hasn't even been out on TV then. And then when we left, as soon as we left Costa Rica, we flew to Las Vegas to have a premiere party. So, I mean, and I was with my homeboy, so I wasn't tripping too hard at all. I mean, I wanted the money, but I was like, you know what? If they have another challenge, we'll get at it again. And if Mike is ever on a challenge with me, I would never go at him to save myself from, like, if I'm going to a junk, I'm not going to pick Mike. Instead, I no, I don't want Mike. I'd rather take somebody strong because my homeboy. But we talked about, like, say if, like, we're on the same challenge and we're in an alliance together. Mike, if I got to cut you loose or you got to cut me loose, then cool. So you got to have, like, an agreement like that to where you're not stabbing each other in the back. So, but eating that food, man, was difficult.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, eating that food was difficult. See, for what I was doing, what a lot of people caught on Twitter was, I wasn't even swallowing it. I was just
spitting it out.
Yeah.
Well, we saw when
it wasn't throwing up.
Up.
Yeah,
that wasn't puke. That was just
the other half of the steak that came out of your
yo, this ain't steak we eating.
Walking out.
Find out we eating dog.
That's what I thought was going to happen. I was really surprised it was actual food.
The steaks was so big, man. Pause.
Did it taste good?
Yeah. So what'd you say?
Did it taste good at least?
Nah, man. It was, you know what,
nice?
Mike? They don't do Mike justice at all because Mike ate most of the food. Mike ate all the fat that was on the steak. You know what I mean? I ate the mashed potatoes, the steak that have no seasoning. Mike was just, I mean, he held his own, man. So for me, Mike carried the ball most of the way, the heavy rock.
Well, you guys you broke the ball.
Yeah, that was his idea. That was his idea.
Smart.
We actually did a puzzle too. They don't show that. And it makes it seem as if we were trailing like right behind them. We didn't get to the top of the mountain till like after like an hour later after everybody else. The girls started the challenge way before us, so they was way ahead. But I mean, it was tough, and I wasn't in no shape to climb that damn mountain. I had just left Las Vegas getting drunk every day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Think about doing all of that and then getting nothing.
Yeah. No, but you know what? As me and Mike was hiking, I was like, you know what? We probably already lost. My thing was I just want to finish. I don't want to quit. I was like, you know what, Mike? This is going to be on national TV. Let's just finish it out. So when we got to the top of the mountain, we thought that was it. They was like, no. You got to climb that mountain in the morning. So I was like, man,
and you
know
see,
what?
that went out the window.
Yeah.
That went out the window. I want to finish. Yeah, all right.
So when Mike was giving up in my head, I'm like, hell yeah, dog. You took the words out of my mouth. I've been ready to quit. I was like, man, the wheelbarrowing, they make it seem as if like we got the puzzle right the first time with the campsite. Bro,
Yes.
we got it wrong. Everybody did. Had to go wheelbarrow everything back. It's so much they don't show on TV. They actually had like another thing for us to do where we had to chop logs. It was too much. They couldn't even put it in there.
Really?
Yeah, so it was crazy.
I mean,
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
last week we had
Yeah.
some fitness gurus in here, and they were like, this is more of a manual labor than it actually is a challenge. I mean, you guys were taking dirt from a pile, put it in a box.
What I hate about it is like looking at it on TV, it makes America think they could do it. They're looking at like, oh,
Right.
Mike bitched out. Like, you know
Did
what?
not
How
make me
dare
think
you?
I could do
Because,
that.
and I do manual labor. I'm a garbage man. You know what I mean? So, but prior to that, like these guys get called like 2 months ahead of time. They all training, they all jacked. Who knows what they taking?
Yeah.
Then you bring me in there.
A little
and then you
steroid
bring,
colada.
Yeah. Then you bring Mike in there or whatever, and people always ask me like, how do I feel about having Mike as a teammate? Would I rather have somebody else? Mike was perfect. Because Mike's the brains of the operation. Everything we did, like the second challenge when we had to crush the cars, Mike thought it all out. I screwed it up and forgot I was the one steering. And we didn't want it.
Really?
Yeah, it's so much, man. So with Mike, it was cool, man. I do the lifting. He uses the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So going into this, Wes and Kenny, do they actually get along? Or because I mean, it almost seems like a Sesame Street type shtick that they have going on with each other that they play off of. I mean, it could be. Is it actual hatred towards each other, and they're just literally throwing those bites at each other, knowing that they have to get along, or is it playing towards the camera?
I think that I mean, if you know the history, I think that there is some real hatred there.
I mean, didn't Kenny hook up with his girlfriend while
Yeah,
they
did
were
you see
still
that
together?
scene? It was like
that
some out
was
of a movie. It was rolling on the beach.
It was like,
waves
watch
was rolling and
what
stuff.
I'm doing.
I had to call Wes. I was the one who made the call. I saw somebody called me. Was like, yo, I think I just saw Johanna, who knew us personally, was like, yo.
He found out about it on national TV?
National TV.
Yes.
I made the call to him. I'm like, yo, Wes, did you see the trailer for the new show? He's like, no, why? He's all cherry and stuff. He's like, no, why? I'm like,
And it almost seemed like Kenny was doing it all on purpose.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
to get at him.
Why
and
not?
then you have Wes getting, again, Kenny's leftovers with her name's just Teresa.
Yeah. It goes.
It's
it
like
goes
always,
deep.
yeah.
So now, even watching the reunion, throughout the whole show, Wes has kind of had this prick personality going, I'm the king, no one can beat me, I win all these challenges, money, money, money. And Kenny was real weak sauce this season, from what they show on TV.
Mm-hmm.
That final challenge, though, Kenny was pulling everything.
Kenny stood up.
But the way he was acting towards Wes, you felt that was appropriate, or you think he was kind of just acting a little for the camera in that sense of it? Because I've never seen Kenny like...
$50,000 on the line. I'd have been
There's
mad
money
too.
on the line.
See, it's his actual rival. That's the way I'd have been acting if it was Adam. Like if Adam was on my team, we made it from my man, get up the mountain. You know what I mean? So I can really say Kenny was the only one who really wasn't complaining throughout the whole final challenge. Like he told me, he's like, man, Lee, when I do these finals, man, I'm a beast. And I'm like watching him the whole time. He's just carrying wheelbarrows like it's no problem. I'm like, damn. So I don't know. But in the house, Wes and Kenny never even talked. Wes was so quiet. Dude, West State, they had like a whole beach house with him, Brandon, Ty, CT, they all stayed. You never seen Wes around the house.
Well, well, they did show you guys a clip of you guys.
Wes was never around the house talking. Everything you see Wes with the whole I'm a guy stuff is when he's in a personal interview. Around the house, quiet. He's like Mike, quiet dude.
Well, even, Maria called him out in the scene where he was sitting down with Mandy, and he had started with CT, and that's when CT started getting all up in his face. And again, that's actually the one time on the show where he kind of went back into his little ball because CT kind of punked him and got up in his face, and I guess he said he was screaming at him for over an hour or whatnot. So overall, that's just really all for the cameras in the sense of...
Or could he just doing it maybe because he wants CT to punch him so he get taken off the show? He looking like I'll take one in the eye for him to get sent home. Wes, no, he can't. Wes is like, 5'9", 180 pounds. He can't do nothing with CT. He knows it. Well, so a lot of it could be for TV and just because he want to see CT get sent home.
And then also coming with CT, I know this season, CT's always been a beast, but this season, like a freaking bulldozer. And I know you're talking about steroid shakes and all that stuff.
Coke.
I mean,
Say Coke. Coca-Cola.
Ice.
Coca-Cola.
I mean, well, now also, is this the first time you guys have ever been able to go out? Because you went out a couple times during this challenge.
We went out twice.
They keep it real low though. They don't let you go out like we used to go out.
You can't bring nobody home, so it don't even count.
When you go out,
Can you give out your digits?
Huh?
Like,
No,
call
you
me
don't even have a
after
phone. You can't even call nobody back home. They gave us, you had like 2 minutes. I called my sister like, yo, and if you get to say anything about
One thing.
what you doing in the challenge, they gonna hang up on you. You might get fined.
Like when you collect call. Mama, it's me.
Right, yeah, I know, right? She's like, you still alive.
So Cara Marie making that call, because we felt that you weren't able to use the phones at all. And Cara Marie, they made a call to Abram.
Yeah, they probably only put that in there because she was going through some bullshit.
Like she was
I called my mama crying too. They ain't show that.
No, well, yeah.
I call my mama crying.
What were you crying over?
Everything. Food, you know what I'm saying? I'm a vegetarian.
This crazy white boy
nothing.
here
I
just lost his damn challenge.
I couldn't eat nothing. They had that was the worst food on a challenge that I've been on. Like they just keep getting worse and worse.
Garbage, waste management.
Yep,
really
trash.
Yep, monkeys. We
had monkeys. We would wake up in the morning, be monkeys eating the food, man. Straight up. No lie.
Breakfast look decent. I mean,
you'll go down for breakfast. There'll be a monkey in your catering looking up like.
They might show it on the shit they should have shown. It'd be a monkey, and you know Laurel, she's so into like pets and animals. She go over there try to pet the monkey. Like, what is you doing? We in the wild. We were living in the wild.
Like it was a wild monkey. Nobody's pet.
Yeah,
nobody's pet. Food.
You don't want to eat that.
Well, no. I mean, it looked nice the way they painted it for us because CT brought Laurel, or Laurel brought CT a nice little coffee with
that's coffee.
Banana.
It ain't no food.
Grapes.
You can make that right there.
Yeah, everybody be eating. Nehemiah just be sitting there looking sick. I'm like, you want some of this chicken? You're like, I don't eat that. You want some of this hot dog?
You know what I'm saying? You get there, the food be sitting there for hours. Flies and stuff be around. You come back from spending all day out, and I'm all excited to eat. Ain't nothing there.
He's just over there chewing on his fish.
I'm about to just go home. I'm about to just go back to my room and go to sleep.
Are you allowed to bring any? Well, first of all, what are you guys allowed to bring? Like, do you guys have a list?
Yeah, they tell you don't bring any clothes.
I mean, obviously, you guys are naked
nothing
the entire
with
time.
logos, really. Basically, you just want to bring some swim trunks.
That's it.
So you couldn't even bring any of your vegan bars?
I couldn't. I mean, nah, because when you go into a different country, you know what I'm saying? They don't want you.
Right.
They don't want you bringing food. You definitely can't bring food back from another country. That's the first thing to ask you. Do you got any plants, fruits, animals?
The weirdest thing that was brought to the challenge by far, and this is by another male.
And this is a male, and this is we about to drop one of them bombs.
Get ready.
Was a black dildo.
Wait, now who brought the black dildo?
Johnny Bananas brought a black dildo and some feathers to the challenge.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
So he brought a black dildo and feathers. Just
my man.
A boa?
No
like,
homo. No homo.
Or like a bag of feathers.
No homo. He'll be sitting here like this with the dildo, talking, shit just swinging, and you be sitting here like.
Wait, but did you guys like ask him?
In the corner, like we're not.
Right, especially you guys must have been like, what?
That's why we always in the corner. That's why we always in the corner. It was a black.
You don't want to ask questions, man, because if he get to coming at you with it, it's like somebody got a gun. You're like, whoa, man, what
Keep
you
the
want?
Dildo down.
Whatever it is that you want, you can get, except for the ASS.
Well, so I mean, Tyler must have been happy with that.
Tyler and Johnny.
No, you know who was the happiest with it? Your boy.
Who? Wes?
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth.
Well, now we know why he was quiet the entire
Wes slept
time.
with it, man.
Well,
I'll look up. Wes it'll be right on his pillow. He'd be like,
with it,
like my man,
or with Johnny.
Both.
Well, yeah. Wes and Johnny in the same bed because we found out Tyler and Johnny.
Yeah, we already knew that. We already knew Johnny and Tyler was doing their thing.
I mean, because we're gonna say it like this, Steamer, and you can definitely join in on this, please. This whole season been kind of iffy about Wes.
His sexuality.
His sexuality on the show. Just with the fact of just trying to overcompensate his manliness on the show and then how he acts off of the show. So we were kind of questionable there. And then also we had brought CT into the mix in the fact of they acted like they hate each other so much, but then you would see like little cut scenes where the two of them were off on the side like giggling and whispering.
Wes and CT?
Yes.
Damn, I didn't see that.
You know what? The fact when Jasmine was going nuts and fighting all over the place, she walked outside, and the way they edited the scene, it looked like CT was in another room. And then when she walked outside, CT and Wes were actually like sitting next to each other, giggling. And then when they came out, they were laughing about it even more. And it was right after Wes had gotten cursed out by CT. So it's funny you guys are bringing this up with Wes.
You know what? I like Wes. I think they need more people like Wes on the show. Wes reminds me of like Floyd Mayweather. You got so many people that hate you, but you got so many more people that love you. Like, you need somebody that's cocky, talking shit, whether he can back it up or not. Steamer, question for you, like, when you say that you don't like somebody that you watch off these reality TV shows, does that mean like if you see him in person, you will actually like have something mean to say, or you just don't like what you see on TV? Because some people may see you in person like, you know what, fuck you, I seen you on the show, Leroy, I don't like you.
Steamer?
I mean, at some point, you can separate it, like just watch it knowing that it's edited, and like you'd have to like see how they treat you in person, like before you just say, okay, your edit was correct, this is the way you are,
right?
And then you can say what you want. But obviously, I don't watch like Wes on the show. If I saw in person and he was cool to me, like I'm not just going to say I hate going to show, so fuck you.
Right now, I don't have people come up to me before like you're not cool. I'm like, all right.
All right,
that's cool. That's all you got.
Stop
hey,
right
well, let you know you're not cool. Like,
yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Well,
anyone you dislike, Jesse?
Anyone that I dislike? I'm not a fan of Johnny. Honestly, he just, to me, even finding out about this whole thing with Entourage and him being upset that they're using Johnny Bananas, and
he just wants some money, man.
It wants money, but even before that, I just think he's just doing this to get his name out even more so. Like, he says he's built a character. Now,
a household name.
Yeah, a household name. Like, who says that?
You know
this
what?
Is the real world.
I look
this
at
is
it like
challenge.
I don't blame him. I mean, that's what he got to do to get out there. For me, do your thing, Johnny. I mean, I'm gonna support him just because I did the show with him. Outside of it, I mean, I think Johnny funny. So like a lot of stuff.
How
I don't even,
funny?
I think Johnny really funny. He make me laugh.
How often?
He make me laugh.
I seen them two, you know what I'm saying? They real buddy buddy.
You know what? But I enjoy sitting there watching them crack on people. Him, Kenny, when they all gang up, but they always ganging up on girls.
See, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's
I don't
weird.
like that. You know what I mean? Like,
and Wes did that to Mandy. Let's not forget how mean he was to her when they were partnered up together and one of the past rivals, and it was horrible. Till the end, she was the one calling him a bitch. Hurry up, bitch! Remember, because again, it was a repetition of what happened during this final.
Yeah.
He was the one on the floor, couldn't get up, couldn't finish.
I'm gonna disagree with Leroy. It's very hard for me to watch them gang up on people, because most of the time it's women. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard for me to watch that. It's hard for me to watch it on TV.
Look at him trying to get women followers. Why don't you give out your Twitter then too, fool? You know what? I really can't stand it when guys talk to women this way. By the way, I'm Nehemiah MTV.
By the way, phone number.
It's hard.
Your number here.
You can follow me at.
I'm fucking with you.
As a grown man, it's hard to sit back and watch these people pick on a girl, especially when they're in a vulnerable state.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not cool. That's not entertaining to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not funny. It's not entertaining. And some of them say some of the most racist stuff you would ever hear in your life. And I'm sitting here like, yo, I wish they would just take a walk down my street and try to talk that same
West Martin Luther King, man.
I live in the jungles. You know what I'm saying? I want to see them bring that same attitude to where I live. You know what I mean? And it's that is not entertaining to me. Granted, Kenny says some entertaining stuff from time to time. You know what I'm saying? It's fun watching them sometimes. You be like, yo, I'm watching the TV show happen right here. But when they all picking on a girl who's drunk and like, that stuff's not funny to me. I'm sorry.
Like when they was throwing the pillows at Jasmine.
Yeah,
she
that's
kept
not
looking
funny.
every which way like,
yeah, throwing the pillows at this girl. And that was a little funny. But they'll something that's funny for 2 minutes, they'll do it for an hour.
Which is what we found out with Mike in the situation where they were picking on him in the bedroom.
Started crying. Hey, man. Why'd you stop him, man?
Well, no, he wasn't crying. That was some
my man's didn't cry.
Wait.
My man's didn't. He was ready to shoot that bitch up.
That was some Columbine.
You see him going in his bag like, yo.
Like,
I was like, Mike, stop, man. Yeah.
He pulled out a trench coat and everything. I'm about to go get them.
So Leroy, you were there to the end, and this was your first challenge. Did you I'm not saying hate, but dislike anyone that just annoyed you, that you're just like,
you know what? A lot of this that I see it on TV. Like while I was there, they was all cool. I was chill. So me going into it, nobody bothered me. They picked with Mike, but it was like they would pick with him and he would make it seem as if it was okay. And that's why it got pushed to that point. If Mike would have just put his foot down, was like, yo, don't play with me like that, then it wouldn't happen like that. So when they kept throwing cookies at him that night. And Mike's my man. I love Mike to death. But like, when Mike first got there, they took that dildo and put it in like his shaving bag, whatever. They was picking with him from day one or whatever. But it was like all in good fun. So, but Mike would do things I felt like he thought would make him fit in. He dressed up as Tyler. You see him.
I remember
dressing
him
up as Tyler. He would dress up as Johnny. He would be Johnny Mike for the day. So he would like go into their little, play with him, whatever. Me, I ain't know. You'll never see me dress up as Tyler. Not even that. Just like. I didn't, we were cool, but we spent most time playing spades.
It was in it. If anybody wanted.
Great game.
Yeah.
If anybody wanted the spades.
Right
there were so many black people in this challenge. There were so many black people. They walk over there
played
spades.
They was like, hey, what's going on over there? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They didn't show that. They didn't show that. They was scared. They was when we got to the airport, when we was in the airport, Johnny, they was the most quiet I've ever seen. They was sitting here just looking like, there's another one. Oh, there's another one.
Well, no, he was quiet because he's like, they gonna find out I have this black dildo.
Oh my God.
He's like, there's so much dick
he was
running around.
He was like, oh
excited.
shit! I wonder if he'll let me turn them out.
Right.
I have the real thing here.
But no, really though, with Mike, I was like, people was hitting me up on Twitter like, why didn't you help Mike out? The same thing happened back, in Cancun off my season. Mike's a grown man. They were throwing cookies at him. It wasn't like they was punching him in the face, and he stood up for himself like he always do. So, whenever something really happened, I'll be there for Mike. But I had to let him know, like, look, man, you should have told him ahead of time, way long ago, not to play with you like that. Yeah. They never did it to me.
Exactly.
So that's all that was.
So the people on Ustream, they want to get into this, and they want you guys to be fully real.
Fully real.
Adam and Jen, did they hook up? Did they smash?
See, I can't say. I seen them kiss.
Yep.
Lay in bed, snuggle, but actual having sex, I don't know. I can't for me to sit here and say that.
So what are your thoughts on it?
My thoughts.
I hope he did.
I hope he did.
Why do you hope?
Did. One,
other than the obvious fact, but
one, Jen has some likable appeal.
Yeah,
she's attractive, and you see Adam. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like it's a good score.
Pat on the back.
That's why he got so hurt. My man was like, man.
But you know what? She played him out. Married. Steamer, do you agree? Didn't she play him out so bad? Like she didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Completely uncalled for.
Well, Steamer, take this conversation over right now because I know this is where you've really enjoyed enjoyed this season at. So,
look at my man.
Thoughts on the Adam and Jen situation?
I don't know. I think he hooked up with her. I think they actually had sex, and she's hiding it.
You think she's tired of it?
Hiding it.
Oh,
no, I think she's hiding it. Yeah.
Well, we saw it tonight, guys. Is it this situation right now?
Yeah.
She kept saying to him,
"He mad.
He hurt."
But that I would be offended too if I knew that I hooked up with you, and you telling everybody that I didn't.
Well, I thought it was a secret.
No. I'm just saying no.
She just said it.
She said we did not screw on the bus.
No, I'm talking about the episode. Remember, like when they were having the girl talk, she could have just said, "I don't want to talk about it," instead of like playing them out like that. So if I'm at home and I'm watching, knowing damn well I hooked up with a chick, she like, making it seem like you a charity case and you ain't a decent looking dude, I'll be mad too. I'm like, when the reunion come, I'm gonna tell what really went down. So it could have been kept.
What about editing? That could have happened the first night. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching it at home. She could have been saying all that stuff the first night.
You still never say nothing like that about nobody.
Yeah, well, I feel bad for Adam. That's all I could say.
I in that sense, I did too. But, going to what you just said, she made those comments the first time we ever saw them hook up. The first time.
Right.
So after that, and that was kind of mid-season, I figured, all right, she's not going to do it anymore because she was embarrassed, and they had a freaking group council meeting about it. But after that, it was like they were in an open relationship. That's when we saw them every episode. They were waking up in each other's bed. They were running off to the back.
This is what people need to understand, man, especially the cast to do these challenges. Whoever you hooking up with, leave that shit in Costa Rica. Leave that shit in Las Vegas. Wherever you filming at, you're going to go back home. You're not about to be in a relationship. The shit don't work. Hit the pussy, excuse me. Keep it moving.
But apparently they do, because then they come back and the same people that hooked up.
But Adam was in love.
Adam wasn't, and this is where the problem. I talked to my mans. In Vegas. Adam was like, "Man, I really got feelings for," and I'm like, I feel bad for you, suck. I mean, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, Jen did not lie to him and lead him on. Oh, I personally don't know.
You
She could've
really
been
don't
land-
think so?
Nah.
What happened in Miami? Because the Ustream
I
is
don't
going
know.
crazy about.
I wasn't in that bathroom.
I wasn't in that.
Hook
bathroom.
up
If I was, we all three of us would have hooked
We would
up.
have been up in there, getting down.
Well, and as we've heard, Jen has some sort of reputation from
Yes.
Past previous seasons.
I don't know.
But
I love
I'm
Jen.
new.
Well, you might want to start
lots of people.
looking
do
her
that.
up.
I loves me some Jen. You know what I'm saying? And Jen knows how to play this game. She's not gonna come on here and act like she found love. She tried that with Pete. It didn't work out. That was like one of the only relationships she's had on the show that she took home with her, and it didn't work out. She's not stupid. You're in Costa Rica. You go into the shower, and there's statues of people hugging and touching on each other, and the lights is on, and you fall in love quick. You know what I'm saying?
just
So
decide to have a
do you
threesome
think
like
people
Jen did.
hook up with people to get camera time?
Yes.
You know, it might not be genuine. Like,
well, no. I do think it's definitely genuine. And
Genuine.
sometimes, I mean, it comes to the point you're in a small room for how many months, and you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna be talking to somebody. You're gonna get along with somebody.
no, I'm not even that. Just strictly.
You ain't never been in jail with a man and seen a soap roll down.
No, I'm talking about genuinely just going there to do stuff to get more camera time. Like some females may not even want to hook up with a dude. Like, you know what? It's a lot of stuff going on around here. Nothing's really based on me. Maybe I should hook up with so and so. So who knows?
Maybe
Do
you
I
were
think?
Cat-
No, I
But
absolutely.
with Adam?
Newark,
I mean,
yeah, that's
not
yeah.
to be-
sure.
but,
But
like,
there's
really
a
with Adam?
storyline there. Because if she hooked up with Wes, what's the storyline? Of course, they're
Jen doesn't
going
need
to-
storyline. Jen's
Yeah,
past that
no,
part of. You know what I'm saying? Like
she's
Jen isn't one of those
this little
storyline
chihuahua.
characters.
You know what's so crazy
What?
about? Real quick to cut y'all off. The people who lost, none of us seen the jungle.
Yes, and actually,
I'm going into the jungle next time.
You
don't
don't
wanna
want to
go
win this
into the
motherfucking
jungle.
Yeah,
challenge.
shit.
You don't want to go into the jungle.
Show
You know
him
what I'm
the
saying?
jungle.
The elimination rounds are fun if you win. If you lose, it ain't so fun. You know what I'm saying? Like on the duel, this is why me and Evan had our beef. I went in head hunting. I got a call like, yo, can you fly to New Zealand tomorrow? I get there, I see who's running the game, and I went straight after them. It was like, I didn't try to play this whole, let me try to see who I can beat. On the duel one, I went right after Kenny. You know what I'm saying? I'll go after the top people, and I took Kenny out in like 15 seconds.
How many seconds?
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Tell him why you mad, son.
Gangster.
I think Jamal is just mad he didn't get to stay longer and hook up.
I don't want to hook up with none of them girls. It's like being with your sister. You know what I'm
Didn't you
saying?
hook up with
Shit,
Paula
I do.
in one of the past?
Next time, I'm
Me,
hooking
no,
up
I
with
never
all of
hooked up.
them.
That was Adam.
Get you win. You'll win. You hook
That was
up,
on
you
the
win.
Gauntlet 3.
You
Paula
hooked up
and
with
Adam.
someone.
Nah,
I
I
wrote
never
it down
hooked up
and
with
I
that
can.
girl.
you write it down.
I'm
Write it
gonna-
down. Look on the paper. You about to
Steamer,
cover
has me and
Jeremiah.
Maya ever
Phil?
hooked up with a guy on the challenge?
With a guy.
I was like,
That's real messed up, dog.
Jeremiah, there was somebody.
next week,
Phil.
shit, they should have shown Nehemiah.
You can't even think about it.
No,
You
there
can't
was
even think about it. I got a black joke
there
on my
was
page.
somebody.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler
That's your man
alert!
right there. Look at
Spoiler has been flagged. AfterBuzz TV property.
All right. Oh, all right.
You wrote it down. You
Let's-
wrote it down.
Right here, we had the Truth or Dare segment. You streamer wants to know, Leroy, did you make out with Jasmine
Hell yeah.
Before or after?
before or after she
Both.
she kissed your ass?
You know what? I don't even know, but it's my ass, so it don't matter.
There you go,
Both.
guys.
But that was after she kissed Tyra.
Yeah, she won. You know, she kissed me because
Those was panties right there.
she kissed me. It was like, who do you want to kiss in the room? So she wanted to kiss me. I was like, all right, whatever.
Well,
Because you were afraid she was going to start crying and going off if you didn't say
Yeah,
okay.
you know she crazy.
and Tyree left, right?
Yeah.
Tyree was on the challenge?
Who the fuck? Who was Tyree?
Damn.
Who was
Oh, you guys.
Hey,
Wait a minute.
Who was Tyree?
Actually, no, I want to
Oh,
ask
Henny
you,
He was on
BMTV.
what was the beef? They
Big
said
black man.
Tyree and Kenny.
Tyree was mad because on the episode with him and Jasmine, they gave Kenny most of the commentary on it.
Oh, about him smelling like Dorito chips.
Bacon and sleeping with his
Bacon grease.
shoes on.
Sleeping with his shoes on.
Yeah, he
that's
told
how-
Jasmine she gonna smell like bacon for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? My man Tyree was mad about that. So that's the reason.
Still looking for Kenny.
He's
So if
still
we
looking
find
for
him.
him.
Did he smell like bacon? Oh, okay.
Well, no, actually,
Nah,
no.
I don't want to say bacon. Maybe bacon grease.
Guess we'll say that's a little
I'm
better.
bullshit.
Oh my
Someone said
gosh.
that's racist.
That is racist.
Smell like
Lead
bacon.
certified racist.
Kenny said it, not me. I said bacon grease.
There's a new T-shirt. Certified racist.
So going into Jasmine, Jasmine. There we go. Jenna,
Who's
Johnny.
Jenna?
Johnny.
Jenna was on there. I remember Jenna.
Jenna,
Jen?
Jen.
Johnny.
Jenna. she was upset with Laurel this whole challenge. It started with Cara Marie, and then she took it on to Laurel and claimed that Laurel was sneaky.
She is.
Agree?
Agreed.
How so?
Just off of what happened with how she was making Jen believe the whole thing that Cara Marie was saying, all this stuff. The thing is, like, it's like high school to school. If you go to the source, like, this whole thing with Jen and Manny could have been resolved a while ago. Like, go find out what really was said. And she didn't find out until we were in Patagonia that Laura was the one, behind all of it. And then when Laura got put on blast, Laura was quiet about it in the house. When she get put on blast here, she's like, nah, this didn't happen. But Laura's sneaky as hell. Everybody on there sneaky, though. It's a challenge.
Hey,
so,
man,
I guess
sneaky.
you expect it.
But, I mean, as far as sneaky and the things she was saying.
I don't know what they beef was.
Right, because what I thought she was saying was that Jenna was saying, you hated Cara Marie and now you're sticking up for her. I mean, and, on the show we did see Laurel say, like, she's my partner. She annoys the hell out of me. But in the end, like, y'all were being rude to her, and I'm going to stick up for her. So I didn't know if that was just Jenna being truthful or if she was trying to deflect that whole Adam conversation, because it went directly from the Adam conversation onto Laurel. So
one thing I can
really
say, I think that was an
deflecting
unfair challenge between Johnny and Jasmine and Laura and Cara Maria.
Yeah.
What challenge was this?
Yeah.
That shit was staged.
Yeah.
I think that was staged when they were in the blast off.
Against
You see
each
that
other,
steamer?
throwing-
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah,
now.
when they had like the football pads on and all that
Yeah.
crap.
Come on now.
Yeah, that was
Come on
staged. I
now.
think they kind of knew that they wanted to see Laura and Cara Maria in the finals because I'm pretty sure they had another type of challenge they could have did. And I mean, you see Laura could knock all 4 of them off, all 3 of them.
Yeah, it's like she playing. You know what I mean?
She would have too.
Yeah, that wasn't fair.
Laura looked huge on the show tonight.
She looks huge, period.
How tall is she?
Laurel,
Like 5'11".
she's taller than that. I'm 5'11".
Nah, I'm 6'1".
She 5'11", but she be wearing heels.
Well, heels do make your calves look bigger. But Nehemiah, you pointed out, look at her
Oh, her
calves
leg?
compared to
Her leg.
Jenna's. Yo, that was like 3 times the size.
What do you call them?
Nice.
Cankles?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
upper cankles.
I'm bullshit.
I'm not.
So much for teaming up against a girl here, Jeremiah.
I didn't say anything.
and I don't see you defending.
I didn't say
Laurel.
anything.
I know, right? He was
I
like,
just see-
yo, I don't like the way
I
they
don't
making
like
fun
to
of girls.
promote.
What did I
And
say?
he over here
and
laughing.
he's over
You
here-
laugh when he said upper.
Ooh, I never heard that.
Really?
Upper cankles? I never heard that. I never heard that.
Well,
before.
wait. Well, blame it on the streamers because they just said they seen Laurel had an Adam's apple, and then someone else said, I saw Laurel on frat pad.
Ooh.
See, that's a joke. You can laugh at stuff like that. But if I'm over here bagging on you for hours with another man, I ain't never heard that. But Laurel, you know what? Laurel has some sex appeal.
Yeah, Laura
She
tight.
did.
Hell yeah.
I'll stand up for her. Laurel has some sex appeal.
Absolutely.
You know? She has her moments. Like on the after show, she looked
Enlighten
real
me
good.
because
Well,
yeah, I said when I walked in, oh my gosh, she actually looks like a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, she had the lioness
She
hair.
had that's a tree that every man would want to climb once or try. at
Chop it
least.
down.
You know what I'm saying? Try to,
Climb was a
Except
little
Leroy,
difficult for some of these guys.
he doesn't like climbing apparently.
Leroy liked
He'd
it.
be like, I give
Leroy's
up.
the quickest climber.
Yeah.
He'd be like, I
Leroy
give
liked
up.
to do that.
I'm sorry, just
Leroy
mountains.
was the main one.
Just mountains.
Leroy be sitting back like, hey, he be tapping me like, hey. Hey, you think Laurel got a fat ass? I'm like, you need my opinion for you? You don't agree? You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Well, so going into it, most of the girls are attractive. But one I would have to disagree with is Paula.
Jen, I'm sorry.
Well, you.
Caitlyn?
Oh,
Hey, no, man.
I said
Caitlyn,
girls.
out of any girl on there, I probably want to hook up with Caitlyn the most.
he tried to cuddle with her a couple nights.
Yeah, she would always walk around the house and say, do you want to see this 20 grand? Meaning the
That-
money she paid to get that switched out.
Pass.
And you wanted to see that 20 grand?
Yeah, man, I want to see what it looked like.
All right, well,
He kept asking them.
there you go.
Because that's who we play spades with. It was me. I call her Kevin because I felt that's her name before the change. She used to get mad, but I'd rather
She
call her
got
Kev.
real mad.
Kev.
She got real mad.
So, I mean,
I love how you didn't
I
know
don't
a
even know how
lot
to
of the
respond
things
to that.
coming in, but that's one thing you knew. Her name before.
That
That wasn't her name.
Oh,
She
you
won't
just
tell.
named
She
her?
won't.
No,
He named
I
her
used to
that.
just call her Kevin.
She won't tell nobody her name.
Yeah, on strength. I'm like, yo,
wait, but didn't she get the surgery after the show?
No, no,
After
no,
the-
no. She was the first. I don't want to know.
Transgender.
She got it after the first challenge she did.
Yeah, because she was from the
that's
real
right.
world,
She
right?
just didn't
Brooklyn.
have that, and then
Brooklyn,
she was getting,
and she didn't have it then, and
Right.
you can't get changed during the show. So I know it was definitely after that,
She
but
did come back.
yeah,
Right.
she
She
got
had
it
the
after.
boyfriend
cool
that
though.
didn't
You know
need
what?
it.
I like Kevin.
Good for
Kevin
her.
cool.
no,
Kevin
she
cool as
seems
hell.
really cool.
Yeah.
Man,
Kevin,
and
my bad.
This is the main thing,
Kev.
and it's like people bag on people on the shows and stuff. But if you were to take 10 minutes to talk to people who you don't talk to in the challenge, you would understand in that 10 minutes why they are the way that they are, and you
Yeah,
wouldn't judge them anymore.
we spent a lot of time
Yeah.
at that table playing spades, talking. She cool.
And I understand exactly why. Like, she grew up in a household where they did nothing but books. She didn't really go out that much. She didn't really interact with people. You know what I mean? That's the reason why she's real smart. And that's the reason why when she gets on the challenges, her defense mechanism is to talk shit. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I could beat this
Hell,
for
and
this and this and
Kaylin
this.
to beat somebody
And
ass.
puzzles. She's great at puzzles. I remember her. Great at puzzles.
Great. Not talking to her, it's easy to sit back and be like, look at her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to judge her. But once you know that, it's almost like you can understand where she's coming from. So therefore, it's like when I saw people making fun of her, it was like, man, it was almost like that was a homie now. You know what I'm saying?
Big Kev.
We spent hours,
Special K all day
hours
on the block.
and she can get in some ass and some spades. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah.
They could play some spades. You know what I'm saying? I give
Did
respect to
she
any.
cuddle with anyone? Did you guys?
Nah, she had a man.
Yeah, she's married.
She's
Yeah.
still with the same guy. I guess.
Yeah, she married.
She was with him
Oh,
when
wait.
she was a man.
Yeah. She
And that's love, man. You don't find out. You don't see that a lot nowadays.
Call
Can I
that.
go to the bathroom first?
They want to know what's up with Beth. You said you never hooked up with.
Can I go
anyone.
to the
See,
bathroom
you did.
first?
There you go. I knew there was
See,
somebody.
and y'all masters at
Wait,
editing.
wait, wait.
So no. There's no editing at AfterBuzz.
No,
TV.
I'm saying
So-
you guys are masters at watching the editing.
Oh right.
Go back to that challenge, Mr. Ustream
Oh my
questionnaire,
gosh,
and it's a
I
good
knew
question.
There was somebody.
It's a very
and now
good
I
question
remember.
because
Old ass Beth.
they made it look like that.
Oh,
They have one clip. Of
Would you
me
give
and
her the
Beth.
fake child?
No. I came into her room.
Excuse me. I remember her little witch face talking about, I have me a man now, Jeremiah. And
First of all, my name is Nehemiah.
I know, but
So I don't know who Jeremiah is.
No. Anyways, and
The book of
talking
Jeremiah.
about-
pet name for you. She had some she did call you like Nehemiah.
Yes.
She had some weird
Yes.
pet name for you.
If you guys go
Yes.
back and watch, there's one clip that they show of me talking to her like, look, that was my first challenge that I ever did. And it was like, look, I really don't know anybody here.
Jesse,
And then there's a clip of me tickling her. And that's it. That's the only two clips that they
What'd you
got.
tickle?
That's because he finished quick.
They also want to know.
That's what it
are
was.
you into milfs?
I love a MILF.
See?
But this is the thing. If Beth wasn't the way she was, you know what I'm saying? Like this
Looking
is
like a MILF with no kids.
No, I love older women. I love older women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna act like I don't, you know what I'm saying? But this is how I was hanging out with Beth. It would be like this is my first challenge I ever did. I was a rookie. And she picked me. So I was like, oh snap, somebody picked me. But then she'd be like, I picked you, so you're gonna pick me? And give me like a weird look. And I started getting creeped out. I'm like, yo,
I do remember your comments saying she's kind of creeping me
I'm
out,
like,
but I
yo,
never saw
what
you
is-
away from her.
you only saw
I
us together once.
No.
Look at bring it up. I'll put money on it. There's one clip.
I knew I
Steamer.
remember. I knew I remember.
Steamer. I want you to go back and watch the dual one, and I want you to see how many clips there are of me and Beth together. And if they show the same one over and over again, because you be calling the show, right?
Yeah.
I want you to tell her, because I probably won't be here, but you could probably look it up right now. There's one clip, and I will never ever lie on anybody that I hook up with. I didn't took down things worse than Beth.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Man, after
Me
my
too.
real world, oh my God. After my real world, you get me in the club, oh my God. Anybody who looked at me, I'd be like, hey. You know what I'm saying? I would never lie. I would never lie about that. I did a lot of dirt in my day. You know what I'm saying? I took down a lot of grenades. That was DTF. You know what I'm saying?
DTF.
I will not lie about that, but that's one that I didn't. And if I did, I'd be like, yeah, I did. And you know what I'm saying? And
I want to see what she look like.
Yeah.
You know what? I believe you.
thanks.
I don't believe it, man. I think you
Nah,
lying.
I don't believe that.
What reason?
nah.
You guys know
believe-
Nehemiah, and I'm speaking in third person.
We know him.
You guys know Nehemiah to be very truthful. Mm-hmm. I've never ever had to lie about anything on any challenge. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see me on The Real World. I had the groupie drawer. You know what I'm saying? Like, if any, I don't need to lie. Ever. And if that was something that I took down, I'd be like, yeah, I took it down.
When you steady explain your story, that means you lying.
Exactly. He took it a little too much.
And by the way, I ain't never lied. And I ain't never scared. And I'm always there.
But shout out to Beth. Shout out to Beth. You know what I'm saying? I know she had a baby.
Oh, finally.
Congratulations.
She had a kid. Yeah, so shout out to Beth and all the people in the history of challenges.
Was the baby Mix?
Was it? I never seen a child. And if it is Mix, I got away.
Just like never seen the child.
Don't say that.
Just like an African American dad. Ain't never seen the kid. Don't know the little
I'll stand up for women. I'll
AfterBuzz
stand up
TV.
for women.
I will.
Paula and Mike, what type of a relationship was it? Was this real? Because she's acting like she's pulling a Jenna on Mike.
She got a man now. Huge NFL playing ass.
Yeah.
Okay, now, but
Big black.
on the show though,
Yeah, big black. I thought he was a football player. When
Johnny's
I
just
like,
turning everybody out.
No, but you know what? Like when I watched the show today, it looked like she was playing up
Nehemiah's
to the
over
left.
the whole Beth situation. He just left the
Yeah,
studio.
man, he crying, man. I swear to God, I ain't never
See,
did.
I told you I remember something.
So go ahead.
It looked like she played him out a little bit.
So,
like
I mean,
She
did
like-
Mike really like have feelings for her, or was it just like
I don't know.
this is my first hookup on TV?
I don't know
Does
what.
Mike
No,
like
I never.
girls?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What did you
know
just
what?
ask?
I want to know if he likes
I
girls.
wish I had some more
We
water.
know
I'll
Mike
throw this
likes
on you, girl.
girls.
Mike love women.
And you heard it here first. Stamp it.
Right. No, you know what? I don't know what that. I never really talked to Mike about what was going on with him and Paula. I was happy for him. I was happy to see him because on the show, The Real World, he didn't hook up with no girls. You know, he was real away from it. But since we left the show, Mike's been hooking up with mad girls. So when we did the challenge, Paula was an older woman. I really didn't care. I was like, long as she don't take his head out of the game. Right. So I didn't know if it was serious, but it seemed to me genuine, like she really liked him.
And now she's playing some little. Whatever
But like now, everybody like, oh, I'm dating somebody now after the show, so blah blah blah. This is not and the third. I don't want to kiss on you in public, but I wish Mike would have hit it for real.
Mike ain't hit. I'm just walking in late.
Yeah. So I mean, Steamer, any last thoughts about the reunion tonight that you wanted to?
I just have another question for Nehemiah.
Go ahead.
You mentioned like the duel and like the challenges
He over there
you go out
watching.
on. Like, what did you go out on in that challenge? Was it the one where you like bet like who can do what?
Yeah. It was. I think it was called I Can. And
Yeah, that's about right.
I think that's right. It was like where they would have like an item on mine. I think it was logs, and you had to go back and forth with the person that you were in. Like I think I can lift 30, and if they didn't think you can do it, they would say prove it, and you would have to try. If they thought that they can lift more, then they would say I can do 37, and then you would keep going back and forth until they didn't think that you can lift it. On mine, me and Eric kept going back and forth. Eric was like, I can do, let's say 40. And I was like, I can do 41. TJ was like, hold up. Eric, you said you can do 40. There's only 40 here, so you're going to get the chance to try to lift that. So that's how I got kicked off.
Yeah, so it's like just completely fluky.
Yeah, it was real shady. But, it's a challenge. You expect that. And it was my first challenge ever. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know what to expect coming in there. I was happy just not to be the first one off.
Actually, Johnny's tweeting apparently now and wants to know, Leroy, why you weren't talking all this ish about Wes being quiet on the show, and now you're saying it
On the show?
Yeah.
Because I didn't watch it. I didn't know Wes was going off like that till I watched it on TV. So then when we got to New York City to do the reunion, Johnny was like, yo, I'm going to save all my ammo for tomorrow and go off on Wes. So I'm like, whatever. I'm going to just sit there. But Wes was quiet the whole time. Like, I never watching the show just irritate me on Wes just because of the fact that looking at what he says is something totally different than went on inside the house.
And that ain't how Leroy play.
No, Wes is cool. It's not that I don't like him. It's just like, damn, dog, be real. Like, you go in there. You don't have to sit into these interviews and talk shit. Make yourself, hype yourself up more than what you are. But it's just, I told Wes, when I seen Wes in New York City, I caught him coming through Town Square. I said, man, you the biggest shit talker ever. I said, where is all this coming from? Because every time I talked to Wes, it was about like, what I'm gonna do if I win the money. He's like, Lee, you need to put your money in the bank and finances and blah 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 blah. This and that. And so watching them on TV is something totally different. And Nehemiah tell you.
Yeah, Wes is, and one of the things, especially because like this is his first challenge. You will sit and have a conversation with someone like we having a conversation. Then they get into their interview, and that's when they throw all of their ammo at. You know what I'm saying? When they're one-on-one talking into the camera, that's when they'll talk their mess. And then in the house, they're quiet. So that's how it is, and you don't see any of it until the challenge airs.
Yeah,
you have no idea.
Do you guys ever consider? I mean, it is a family sense on there, but do you in general look at all of the competitors? Like you guys went out after the reunion show, I heard. Do you consider, like, look at it like they are my family, we've experienced this together?
The real world wise, the rivals, I'm cool with everybody on there. I have no beef with nobody. Like, I mean, anything that gets said or whatever is like, you know, just how you feel. You get it off your chest and then you go out and you have a drink about it. But it's nothing. I don't think, well, for me, I can speak for myself. I don't have a personal grudge against nobody, not even Adam from my show. I just actually spoke to him today and told him that I got my money from the challenge, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Actually, one other thing that we did not touch upon. Adam started crying tonight, guys.
Oh, my man's Adam. Yeah, he real sensitive. Like,
was that genuine? Do we think?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
When
really,
I
was
was
he
there,
him and
when I-
CT's relationship? Has CT really changed? I know, Nehemiah, you've worked with him probably longer, but
I don't know. I don't know the CT before
this year,
before the show.
I don't either. I mean, I did the first challenge, like I said, was a duel, and that was with CT. So some of the people on the challenge already at that time didn't like CT. I've hung out with CT outside. We've done spring breaks together, South Padre Island and stuff, and I have not once ever had any of the same type of interaction with CT that they have. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if CT's selective at the people he's like that with, or if they just have something against him. But I have.
Now he is off his rocker, because when we went out the one night in Costa Rica, he like, yeah, man, I got your back. I'll do this to somebody if something jump off. I'm like, bro, ain't nothing gonna jump off.
Just
What you
us
talking
here.
about? I'll fight anybody right now.
Well, that's a great segue into they're asking if you guys think that maybe CT might be involved with some sort of drugs, because Wes and Johnny are tweeting that he apparently is.
That he's on drugs?
On drugs.
No.
Wes and
Hey,
Johnny.
tell Johnny, if Johnny's listening, whole salad bowl.
A whole
He knows what
salad
that
bowl of
mean.
it.
Nah, but
And tell Johnny if he's listening, you know what I'm saying? I got to talk to your partner.
yeah, Tyler, we coming for you, son.
So-
yeah, Linux.
Tyler was really quiet.
Man,
This, reunion
Tyler's
show.
been pretty quiet lately.
Real
Since-
lately.
Since when? Since the incident with you?
Since like a couple of days ago.
Real quiet. He know what we're talking about, too.
Oh, there
Real
was an
quiet.
incident a couple days
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, ask Johnny to
Anything
tweet
you
about
guys wanna
that.
share?
Ask Johnny to tweet about that.
Well,
it's real
please
hard. It's real
take
hard getting Tyler on the
platform.
phone.
I mean, if you don't want to put the exact incident out, if there's something that you'd like to at least address in a general sense of it.
Don't do business with them cats.
And
Period.
No, just don't do business with Tyler.
Yep.
So far.
So taking whatever the incident was now, can it tie back to how he reacted to you? Because last time we spoke, you were explaining to me that he brought the gay comments up out of nowhere.
Yeah, so we're going at it, and I was making him look so bad, saying how much he was scared of CT. Because, like, with Tyler, out of anybody, I genuinely felt that, like, he feared this man. You know, some of them I felt like they feared him, like, competitive-wise. Like, Tyler looked at him like, holy crap. So I said, you know, what's the beef, man? Like, what did this guy do? He's like, you don't know what it's like to go up against CT, and he's a monster. And I'm like, dude, you're going, like, you got chose to go into the jungle, go to the jungle, and just leave it at that. So I was, you know, telling him to go upstairs and go to bed. He's like, what was that? What was that 3-letter word you said? And I was like, what? He's like, no, you called me gay. And I was like, I looked at the producer that was over there in the corner from him. I'm like, what is he talking about? Like, he's trying to save himself. I'm like, nah. So, but, you know, after that was over with, we squashed it. It was just the fact of he came down on Mike about why we voted for them. And I'm pretty sure him and Johnny knew they were going to be the ones going in. Johnny and them was just mad because of the fact that Wes went behind their back. They were supposed to, you know, handle it like men and talk about it. But Tyler was afraid, and he admitted it. They don't show it on TV, but he actually admitted, like, all right, I'm afraid of him. That's like, all right, man, I'm going to bed. That's it. That's all I need to hear.
Uh-huh. All right. We got to go take a quick commercial break. When we come back from the commercial, we'll take a couple calls, and we'll see what you guys are up to nowadays. So we'll be back.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
All right, what do we got here? What is this, the challenge theme song?
Ready.
It's a classic.
Oh, breaking glass. Look at that.
Felt like we were just watching Frat Pad again.
I know, right?
Did you watch that?
You live in a house with a bunch of guys.
And that's it.
Wait, but I mean, really? I mean, it's funny because we watching The Real World, and once we found out about Rivals, I personally wanted Dustin and Mike
I know,
to go
that'd
into
been good. They got sent home real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
They're really rivals, and then Dustin wouldn't have been able to handle the whole.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, him and Wes, I feel like would have bumped heads.
Yeah.
Dustin seems very into competition.
He is very.
And a sore loser.
Hates to lose. Yep.
All right, so what are you guys up to right now? I mean, as far as Leroy, you just moved out here to LA.
Just moved out here, man, from Texas. Sorry, everybody from Texas had to dip. I took like a leave of absence from the garbage man thing. I'm out here. I wouldn't say like on a big entertainment type move. I always wanted to live in LA even before I did The Real World, like a long time ago, coming from Detroit. So I'm out here now, trying to find a job. I'm possibly looking into personal training. My new website just launched.
What's your website?
LeroyGarrett.com.
Simple, guys. LeroyGarrett.com.
Another thing just launched today, real quick. Let me plug this in.
What's that?
I got a trailer for this photo shoot I did. It's called ronswa.com/press.
The photos that some of the photos I saw?
Man, legit.
Yo,
legit.
Dude's on his business.
Yes. So,
speaking of business, you're wearing a shirt?
T-shirt, man. You can check this out at LeroyGarrett.com. It's Two Psychos in the House. Now, this is dedicated to Adam Royer for breaking all. This is one of my quotes that I said. So, you can check that on tshirttown.com, man. Entrepreneurship.
Leroy, you want to give us? You want to just go in front of the middle camera so we can see the shirt a little bit better for all our viewers?
Right here.
The one, Jess, show them the middle one.
If you want to come stand in front of this camera right here. Also, another question we have.
Still got my work pants on.
Leroy was busy today.
I was at work today, man. Grinding. Hole in the middle too.
We got two psychos in the house, two psychos in AfterBuzz.
Actually, you got two Negroes in the house.
Well,
that's racist.
Gotta be politically correct here.
Right.
As far as do you have any beef with anyone from The Real World? Not beef, I guess, because I don't see neither of you guys as beef type people.
Right.
Obviously, little incident with Tyler going on, but other than that, like coming out of this, is there anyone from the challenge that you're just like, really, they're gonna put him in here? Or
no, if they put that
with?
whole cast back again, I'd be cool with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, nobody really did anything to me to make me hate him. Maybe like dislike him at a moment, at time. Other than that, but that's the only confrontation I ever got into was with Tyler. The whole beef with me and Adam off my show from The Real World Las Vegas, that has been buried and whatever. I actually talked to Adam today. Like I said, I called him and told him that I got my money and rubbed it in his face that he didn't get his. Because once you get kicked off, you don't get the money that the $2,000 that we want. So I got that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna probably take his mom out on a nice steak dinner.
Real nice.
Never call her again.
And what about you, Nehemiah? Anybody?
Nah, man. It's always fun coming on these challenges with these people because a lot of them I don't really talk to outside. So it's always like a high school reunion. You know what I mean? It's always fun doing a show with Wes, sitting back watching his crazy ass.
Do you guys hang out with a lot of the cast members? I mean,
when in Dallas, I never really seen them. If they put us all together, yeah. Like out here in LA with him, King. We just seen Bananas the other day, and Tyler or whatever. But just if we run into each other, we don't make it to like we're gonna fly out to see each other. If MTV got us in one spot, we doing the parents together. Yeah, we will. If not, I talked to Johnny on the phone, Kenny, him, Mike. Really, nobody from my season I talked to other than Mike. Maybe I'll text back and forth or tweet back and forth, but like Mike's my guy.
They're questioning. What about Naomi?
You know what? Naomi is mad at me right now. When I was actually in New York City.
Tell him why she mad, son.
When I was in New York City filming the reunion, she wanted me to come to one of her events, one of her appearances. I was like, yo, I'm going to come, but I'm bringing this chick with me. And so she's like, you better not bring no girl.
We know how Naomi is.
Yeah, it's like, you better not bring no girl from the Bronx and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. I brought the girl anyway, and then it jumped off. So, I mean, she just got all mad. And, Naomi's with her dirty looks and going off, so we dipped. So now me and Naomi actually doing an appearance in Toronto coming up Sunday.
So this will be the first time.
Yeah, that we see each other because we really haven't spoke. Because I tweeted out that I'm going to be in Toronto Friday, and I thought she was going to be there Sunday. She's like, nah, you're going to be there when I'm going to be there, so it's not going to be a good look.
AfterBuzz is going to have to follow with some cameras.
Right.
By the way, so do you want to take our first caller, Jess?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Caller, you are on the line. You are the unknown number.
Caller, what's your name? Where are you from? Caller.
An unknown.
I guess they
probably
got
why they
scared.
got an unknown number.
Womp womp. Well, Nehemiah, I know you're up to some really interesting stuff. You have a lot of music going on.
Yeah.
So what do you got?
Well, number one thing that I do is I have a band, and this is so funny because you do a show like this and people don't really know what you do before, and they're like, oh, you're trying to do music, you know what I'm saying? They look at you like, it's like, oh, he's just trying to keep that whole real world buzz going. But, I've been a musician my whole life, come from a family of musicians. So I have a band. It's called Nehemiah and the Scholars. Got stuff on YouTube and stuff you can check out. And also I DJ. And pretty much before the show, that's what I went to school for. And I've been doing it ever since. So I've been DJing all around the world, performing all around the world. So I just keep my head focused in that, and that's it. Like everything else is just
What
fun.
type of music is it?
Soulful funk hop.
Gothic.
It's soulful funk hop, man. It's soulful funk hop. It's a mix between soul, hip hop, funk, a little bit of jazz. I'm influenced by all types of music, and all of that shows. I mean, my uncle has been in a reggae band forever. My grandmother's a jazz musician, so it's like all of that is all mixed into the type of music that I make. So people check it out. I don't even tell people that I do music. I just tell them like, yeah, if you want to, check it out. I'm like real nonchalant about it because everybody out here is like, yeah, I'm a musician, this and this. People are like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, yeah, I do music. You know what I'm saying? Go check it out. And you check it out. I was like, oh, snap. This is what you be doing? How come you ain't tell me about this before? You know what I'm saying? It's because that's what everybody do. Too humble, But
you have a website as well?
Yeah, the new website is launching. And that's just going to be NehemiahClark.com. That's going to be up at the end of the week.
You're not on the other website no more?
Which one?
You ain't on no fratty pad no more, huh? It's called Black Frat Pad, Black Frat.
Johnny's favorite website.
Can't mess with this dude, you know what I'm saying? He know too much about me.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Nehemiah Clark is going to be dropping, but on the Facebook and the Twitter, I do some downloads that they can do, and it's just Nehemiah MTV, and you can catch all of that. But yeah, I barely tell people like you should tell us more, but I feel like everybody does it, so I just kind of keep my mouth shut until people kind of stumble across it.
So you mentioned you just focus on your music. So neither of you, this was your first challenge, but during the first challenge you did, do you go back home and train and wait and see if they call you again?
Not at all.
I've always wondered that because you see these people and then they come back bigger and pumped and more muscular. So I was wondering, like, do they go home and they train and they wait?
We train when we get the call. We'll get the call like a month or two.
A month or
it all
two?
depends. You know what I'm saying? Like some people for the Duel 2, I got the call to fly out the next day. If you're going to be on the cast, they'll call you like a month or two ahead, like, yo, what's your availability? We're thinking about shooting another challenge. Are you free?
And then you start your cycle of steroids. That's what they do. That's what they do. Like, oh, got the call.
That's why you see some of them come back. Look at the old challenges.
Just upset.
Look at them from then until then.
Yes.
See, me, I kind of stay consistent. I've been kind of the same size. You know what I'm saying?
You got a little smaller.
Since when?
That's what she said.
Beth.
Since Beth?
You got a little
See how
smaller.
she be throwing that
TV
out
make you look so big, man. Off my first show, like, man, I thought you was 6'4", 215. I'm like, man, I'm 6'1", 190.
Yeah.
Soaking wet.
And I stopped eating meat since then, too. So that took like a lot. Like once I stopped eating meat, I lost 15 pounds like in a month, just like that. You know what I mean? And it was just like, it was crazy. It was like, man, and for men, when we get skinny, that's like a girl getting fat.
You ain't lying.
What do you see?
Everybody see me in person like, man, you thinner. I might be going to cry like, man, stop. Man, with the hate. Like, what? Still look good, man. No, I'm in the hate, man. You said I'm skinny.
So going into the another challenge. Well, would you go into another challenge?
Hell yeah.
Like, you see what happened to me on the last one.
Well, I want to say this: like your music's going good.
Mm-hmm.
Becomes your full time. Obviously, it is a full time gig right now, but you know your band's on a hiatus right now.
Yes, I'm planning a tour.
Okay.
So I'm going to be doing a college tour.
Okay.
So I'm interviewing some people right now who can go into the college tour with me because it's going to be extensive. You know what I mean? I'm training my troops right now to be able to do a tour. We could perform for 8 hours straight, nonstop. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going. Because that's like the regimen I'm on right now. Lee come to the house. He be like, you going out? I'm like, nah, he know what I do. I stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in my studio writing music, DJing. Like, I don't go out. I don't do any of it. If I get a call for a challenge, then I prepare. If I don't, I don't even think about it. I don't even got cable in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just in the house, like, working all day because it's like that's what God blessed me with. So it's like I can't be out here wasting that. And it's like I was given the show for a reason, to be in front of people and to be able to travel the world and people know you. And then you be like, oh, this is what I do. You know what I mean? It's like it's a good platform. So right. I don't want it to go to waste. You know what I mean?
So if you were to go into another challenge and you could pick anybody as your teammate, who would it be?
What's the theme of the challenge? Because if we're going off of shystiness, I can't go with my man right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to go with Wes. You know what I'm saying? It will be a mix. I will go, Darrell is a good person to go with.
Okay.
He's won the most challenges out of anybody else. So
Darrell was from
Road
Road Rules, yes.
And he's quiet the whole time. You won't even know.
He's a boxer now, correct?
He was a boxer before. So quiet. You don't even know. But he's won the most challenges.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Because he don't go in there talking all this like the rest of them do. Darrell, Landon will be a good partner. Wes will be a good partner for certain things. Leroy, CT, and that's pretty much it. The rest
not
of
if it's in the water, man. If it's in the water, man, I ain't a good partner, man. I can't swim, man.
I
don't really feel like off the
it.
first challenge that I really had a chance to show like my athletic ability, because none of these challenges really was. You know what I mean? So with swimming, I know how to swim. I just can't swim a long distance. And if you got me doing something before swimming, I'm gonna be too tired. That's how I landed on Mike and he beat me. So for me, I would have to pick somebody off my show. So let me see. I would probably
you would pick somebody off your show.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about I'm talking about off the Rivals challenge because I don't know too many other people. Who would I go with? It'd probably just be two of me.
Two of you. Yeah. Two Leroys. Yeah. All right, so the challenge is now this. It's a gender challenge. You have to pick a female.
Female?
Oh my God.
And all day.
Yo, you can have the blog
all day.
stirring tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I want, man.
All day. Man, you should have seen him. When we play Spades.
That voice, man, hey, what's up, Lee?
He likes
when I hear that in the morning on the back of my neck coming from man, it's nothing like it.
Yeah, it reminds him of being in the yard.
That brings you to the next question. Since neither
of
you
guys, we got so many callers.
Evelyn.
They've been trying so hard. So 508, you are on the line.
We got Massachusetts in the house. Yeah.
Hello, we got callers.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you from?
What up, Andrea from Boston?
What up, girl?
Yeah.
Who's your question for? What do you want to ask?
I want to ask them both, what shows do they watch on MTV besides, of course, their own show?
None. I watch sports, and what's crazy is if I was not on this show, I wouldn't watch MTV. That's just, and there's nothing against. It's just like I grew out of it. You know what I mean? I did the show. I got on the show late. Like me and him the same age. I'm 26 now. Mm-hmm. All my castmates from my show are like college kids. So I actually got casted at 25. So all I watch is SportsCenter. I mean, I like Jersey Shore. I think that's funny. But outside of that, nothing.
And Nehemiah, you don't have a cable.
I don't even watch TV, man. I watch shows.
You don't even have TV.
I watch shows. Like I'll go online and download shows. You know what I'm saying? Like Dexter and Californication and stuff without commercials. You know what I mean?
I like watching YouTube, man.
Yeah,
that's my TV. I watch YouTube.
MTV ain't for us no more.
Nah.
Even though we on it, it's not for our demographic. I'm 25. You know what I'm saying? And I like to read.
All right. So thank you for calling, and let's take another call.
Thank you.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hold on as I patch them all through. So, Isabel, you had a question?
Yeah.
Yes, I was gonna ask, since neither of you have hooked up with anyone.
I have hooked up with someone, just not on a challenge.
Well, I mean, you know what I meant.
Car Maria.
Car Maria.
That's who I
So
want
you
to
will share her? No,
At
you
the
have to
same
choose
time.
someone.
I said it
Back
first.
Up, back up from his girl.
Wait, but
Back up from his girl.
Ask Cara Maria who she wants.
Ooh.
And then we'll call, and then that's what we'll say whose girl is. But Cara Maria is a looker. You know what I'm saying? She got some sex appeal. What's the girl name?
Snowflake.
You like Snowflake.
Who,
I like
yeah. When people see that on TV, when I called her Snowflake that day in the room, they was like, "Oh, why she trip on you like that?" She was just drunk. I call her that every day from day one when I met her. I'm like, Snowflake. She answers to it. She loves. She's like, it sounds so cute. I'm like, all right.
Man, I can't even think of the girl name right now. Oh man, but I got
you know who
from
all-
this Rivals?
Oh, you talking about from this?
No,
Rivals?
no. I'm just saying in general, but
Ebis.
All right, 7.
Ebis.
oh, Carly, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you from?
Oh, they hung up.
Oh,
I like Ebis.
Ebis. I can't.
Yeah,
I
from
can't
Road
work like
Rules
that.
with the pretty eyes.
I like Coral.
Going back.
Coral was Coral like
from
a
back in the
Cleopatra.
day,
Yeah.
Coral. Yes, I love me some Coral. Wait, but I keep saying this all the time. Where is Coral? I want Coral back.
She said she was retiring.
After what happened
And
on the
she
Gauntlet
really
3.
did
Yeah.
retire. She said, I'm done. I'm too old for this. This is it.
It's a whole new
All right,
ball game.
We got 347 on the line.
347. Name.
347?
Where you from?
Yo, name is George. I'm from New York.
What up, boy? Who's your question for?
For me and Maya, I want to know if he still want to box Evans.
Hell yeah. Look, I would love to go against Evan, and it's the thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Baltimore, and I live in the jungles right now. So when y'all see me on TV and I'm quiet and I'm reading, this is like who I have become.
That's
you know
the
what I'm saying?
scariest person.
Yeah,
The quiet one.
It's the quiet ones, you know what I'm saying? And Evan, he comes from Canada and he's used to being on roller skates. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you don't see me loudmouthing
Shouts out to
doesn't mean.
Toronto.
Shouts out to Toronto where my man gonna be doing a gig over there. Where
Home.
they about to bring me in. But yeah, I still want to box Evan, and I want to do it in a boxing ring. We could even do MMA, whatever, in some type of organized fashion. And I would love to go against Evan. And he already knows. He's seen me in a ring before, and that's the reason why he stayed quiet when I said that. But we were going to do this thing called the reality bash, where we were going to actually have people from the real world fight.
That would be amazing.
I seen Evan put gloves on. He looks like a Rock'em Sock'em robot. You know what I'm saying? And he saw me and he was like, so, I mean, I have a fighting background, and that's the reason why I don't get into any fights anymore.
That's
You know
why I
what I'm
let him say whatever he wants to me and smack me around.
saying? Yeah. I'm quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
All right, thank you for calling.
We have 773 on the line.
Caller, what's your name? Where you from? Who's your question for?
Yeah, this for Leroy and Nehemiah. The Turnpike Challenge with CT. If Leroy is CT and Nehemiah, you had your partner you're choosing, who would it be? And do you think you could win?
All right, so if Leroy was teamed up with CT, and Nehemiah, you can pick whoever you want to pick. Do you think you and your partner would be able to beat Leroy and CT?
Man. Hell no.
yeah.
Well, who's your partner? First of all, you're talking.
I don't need no partner.
He's
I
stuck.
get Mike. You
Let
know
him-
what I'm saying?
it's a wrap.
I get Mike. Me and
It's a
Mike could
wrap.
go against. Me and Mike could go against him. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what the challenge is. CT's good. He's done a lot of these. The more you do, the more experience you have at these challenges. So if it was against CT, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really seen Lee do his thing yet. You know what I'm saying? He got little muscles and all that, but you know what I'm saying? That don't mean nothing. You know
True,
what I mean?
'cause I can't swim.
He can't swim.
Sure
He can't count.
swim.
You know what I'm saying? He could barely
5.
read.
can barely read.
All right, we got
So-
919 on the lines.
Caller, what's your name? Where you from? Who's your question for?
Hi, my name is Hussein Riami.
All right, and where are you from?
I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Who's your question for? And what are you gonna ask?
My question is for Leroy.
What's up, player?
I just want to say, which girl on your show would have been the best partner for you? If it was a girl and a boy.
Oh, you talking about for a person on my team?
Not the real world. Not for your team.
I would probably have to say. I mean, it was good having Mike, but like if it had to do athletic wise, probably Dustin. And I would have to say Cook. I definitely want to see Cook on the next challenge, man. She's really athletic. Or Nani, but I feel Cook's the most athletic out of our challenge. I mean, out of our season for the girls. Definitely not Naomi. Naomi is horrible. This is terrible.
Well, yeah, because what was the thing from the real world that what was that challenge?
Anything that we had to do, she was terrible.
She was out
skating. It didn't matter, but
Slurpees
she's not her. Shouts out to Naomi though.
Yeah. Shouts out to North Carolina too. My people out there, Little Brother, Big Doe, Sean Don. You know what I'm saying? Joe Scudder. Got to give a shout out to them.
Every last one of these people are in prison, by the way. so they can't hear you.
They streaming live. They got cell phones in prison now. They got cell phones. Don't worry about all that.
So call in 424-256-1729.
All right. We got 407 on the line.
Orlando.
Orlando, what's your name?
Hello?
Who's your question for? Oh, guys.
Yeah, my name is Nicholas, and I'm here from Orlando. My question's for Leroy. What was your initial opinion when Adam got kicked out in the first episode? Do you think you're going to go home or anything like that?
Yeah, man, you know what? I was scared because the producers wasn't telling me much. I was pissed. Like, had I got kicked off that show, I probably would have had a fist fight with him in person. You know what I mean? I was really mad about that because I'm thinking, like, dude, you just got kicked off the Las Vegas season. Like, this is your time to redeem yourself and show a different side of yourself. But he let the alcohol get the best of him. So when he got kicked off and they let me stay, I was geeked, but I was unsure who they were going to bring in. So I didn't know. And I wasn't even thinking they were going to bring somebody else in from my season. And they brought Mike in. I was like, you know what? Now they bring one of my homeboys because everybody else there had beef.
Right.
So it was a good look. But shouts out to Orlando, man. 407. I used to live in Jacksonville. 904 Duval.
Thank you for calling. Now let's take a call. Let's ask the
and the people
to our boy on the line, Steamer. Any questions for these two guys?
Nah, I think I'm all set.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Got it.
He's like, y'all answer. I mean,
well, in that case, why don't we take a few more? Let's do three more. And let's start with 979.
979, where you at?
That's Texas.
Texas in the
College Station.
This is Gino, and I had a question for Nehemiah and Leroy. I was wondering who you two would be rooting for if Laurel and Jen were put into like an elimination round together.
Laurel,
who do you think would?
If Laurel and Jen were put in an elimination round together, who would you root for?
I have to go for Jen.
Jen?
Yeah,
Why?
That's my little boo.
Just you guys have been in so many challenges together?
Yeah,
or?
we've been a few. She was my cuddle buddy in the duel too. She a little firecracker. And also like going into an elimination round, her against Laurel, she would be the underdog.
Okay.
So I love going for the underdog.
Me? Well, this was so crazy, man. Even when I do my youth streams, I barely talk about anything that went on with the women. I didn't care because it didn't concern me. So when it came down to something like that, I would have to take the bandwagon vote, meaning whoever everybody else vote for, who I would go, because I don't know either one of them. But I don't know neither one of them. I don't know neither one of them. So it's like, how do I choose? I can't be like, I'm going to go with Jen. Like, why you down my hat? So.
All right. So do you guys feel that the challenge tried to eliminate, the alliance on the challenge tried to eliminate the black people first?
Hell yeah, they always do. Come on now. Think about it.
I don't know. I ain't paying no attention to it, man. I was chilling.
He's lying. He's lying. He's trying to play that old,
Yeah, I don't really know.
They were starving your brother over here.
You know what I'm saying?
That was step number one.
He the one that came in there and talked to me on eat food. He was like, no, I don't eat food. I don't eat food. They was like, nothing. He was like, I don't drink drinks, food, nothing.
Hey, man,
nothing.
I stopped eating meat 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I stopped eating meat. The only meat that I eat is fish here and there. You know what I'm saying? So I can't help that.
Nah, he was drinking Capri Sun the whole time. I'm straight. Capri Sun, that's
going
it.
in there in a whole different type of regimen.
So all I want is drinks. You know,
Gatorade.
What did you say? Date rate?
I said Gatorade. I was drinking date
Let me see how they go. All right,
I was drinking date rates to put myself to sleep.
Nah, I don't know. I swear to God, I never really paid attention to them trying to get rid of all the black people. I mean, who knows? I know they all want to get rid of Tyree. They didn't. They really don't like Tyree.
It's not that they try to get rid of black people. It's just that we don't hold a strong position in the game.
They said, why are there no Asians on the show?
Damn.
That is true when you really think about it.
You guys think about that?
I think about it all the time.
No Asians?
I'll be mad. I'm like, where the Asians at?
Right.
Like, where the Asians?
There you go. We got to get their quota up, guys, to start applying to the
I
real
can't
world.
even remember the last time they casted an Asian.
Jamie from San
we have
Diego
another
with
call?
her fine self.
We got 901.
901, what's your name? Where you at? Hello? Caller, you're on the
Caller
line?
901.
From Memphis, Tennessee.
Hello?
Hello? Caller.
Yeah.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, this is Jasmine.
We got like two people.
We have two callers.
Callers on the line.
I believe, well, it's two people, I guess.
Are you guys on the same line?
Yeah.
All right, so one at a time. What's your name? And
Jacob from Houston.
Jacob and other caller, what's your name?
They're all confused.
All right, so Jacob, what's your question for these guys?
This is for Leroy. Hey, how come you didn't hook up with Jasmine, man? She ain't good enough for you?
Oh, wait, is Jasmine on the line?
She is. That's Jasmine on the phone.
Yeah, man.
That's Jasmine's boyfriend.
No, you know what? Jasmine had a boyfriend.
That's her
She
boyfriend.
She had a boyfriend.
Wait,
Actually, hey, yo, if this was Jasmine's boyfriend, matter of fact, we hooked up, bro. What you want to do, son? Come see me, man.
And she had the black dildo in her mouth.
I'm in West LA right now. So, nah. She had a boyfriend, and she was, with Tyree on the show.
Yeah, she was a busy girl.
Yeah, big scary black man. So I ain't want to but she had a boyfriend. So, but she kissed me while she had a man. But yeah, so I don't know. But nah, I mean, Jasmine was tight. Jasmine got a tight body, but I wasn't trying to hook up with no girls on there really because of the fact that behind the scenes, really, I knew what I did in Las Vegas with the whole STD thing and me looking like a womanizer. I was like, I need to lay low for real because I look bad.
They did paint you pretty dirty on there, but
All right, last caller,
last call.
905.
And then I have
you
one
are
question
on the
for
line.
you. Caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
Make it good.
Emma from Canada.
Ooh.
From Canada.
Please tell me from Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto area. My
right.
question's for Leroy.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you had any regrets throughout the show at all.
Wait, what was the
Got any
question?
regrets?
Oh, regrets.
Nah, from none of them, nah. None at all. I try to live life without regrets. So, no, I mean, I was just happy to be on there. None. I will regret if you don't bring your ass out Sunday night.
So, wait, where are you going to be?
I'm going to be at home nightclub. I'm going to be at home. I heard it was hood. They was like, don't go there, it's hood. Look, man, they paying me.
All right, so you're gonna see Leroy this Sunday at home nightclub?
All right.
She ain't 18.
Bring your boyfriend, too. I'd like to meet him.
She ain't 18. How old is
Oh, my bad.
All right, thanks for
Bring your
calling.
mom.
One of the things that I'll tell people about the show, for me personally, is that watching yourself helps you grow so much.
Learn, change, grow.
Man, when you hear stories about you being drunk, it's so different when you get to watch it with millions of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I watch a lot of people on the show, I'm like, damn, you done 10 shows and you still the same person. How is that possible? You know what I'm saying? Like, what have you been watching? You obviously ain't been
That means
watching
you
the
have a
same thing that
problem.
I've been watching.
Means you have
know
a
what I
real
mean?
problem.
You grow so
Real.
much. So to regret anything that you do on the show,
Our studio audience is getting it.
We need to be taped.
Or he's just so overtired and laughing at it. I want to ask you two questions here. One, it's just been going through Ustream a lot. Johanna West.
Johanna,
I'm sorry. Johanna West, Danny, and
Melinda.
Melinda.
All
Are they all
broken up.
cool? Everyone's broken up.
They all broken up. You know what? I haven't talked to Melinda in like since the Real World Awards. They got mad at me. I didn't get invited to their little wedding. But that was the last time I talked to her, and that was like 4 years ago, I think. 3
So
or
they
4
got
years
married
ago.
and then they
And broke up because I wasn't there. I'm like a good luck charm.
Oh, they needed you there.
Yeah. I'm like but I haven't talked to Melinda in a while. I don't know. I doubt her and Danny are still cool. That's like impossible for them to still be able to be friends. And Wes and Johanna, I think that they may talk every once in a while, but I doubt that they are cool too. So if they ever do like a Austin reunited show, it's gonna be crazy.
And then the other question that's been going around, there's a rumor saying that Laurel ran off stage at the reunion. Is that true?
Nah.
At any part in the time?
I ain't see that happen.
Because the rumor is that she ran off stage calling Jen a crackhead.
I don't know about that.
So you heard that here first, guys. That is false, incorrect. One other thing before we leave. Are you guys working with any charity groups or I know, Leroy, you're big into a specific charity? Or that you were working with when you were in Texas?
The NBC?
NBC.
Yeah, this is Minority Bros with girls in there too. They're a dance group. They're trying to get off the ground. And I feel bad, man, because I just moved out of Texas when they had like their first competition. They came in like 3rd place. My mentor, Mario, man, who's a hell of a dude. Mario / like my manager. He does everything for me. He's the whole big reason behind this whole learn, change, grow thing. That's like the big movement right now. Same thing with Nehemiah said. I mean, like when you watch yourself on TV, I'm trying to show a different side. Everything with me isn't about like popping bottles and alcohol and, you know, girls, which is cool. But there's a different side, you know what I mean? I love kids and, you know, I grew up in foster homes, so I'm all about like helping out. Lately, I've had time to like get too much into that because of the whole move and me trying to figure out what it is that I want to do in LA. But I think I do got a charity event coming up soon. We're trying to work out something that might end up doing it for free. Everything with an appearance doesn't have to be off of like me trying to get money. So that's what that is.
And how about you, Nehemiah?
Anything
at the moment?
Nah.
You should start your own.
I'm thinking about
women.
Save the women.
Stand up
Save
for
the
the
whales. All that,
Save
man.
the
I got
MILFs.
so many family
Save the
members. You know
MILFs.
what I'm saying? Like, so, like right now, my main thing is trying to just help my family. You know, because like a lot of my family's still in Baltimore. You know what I mean? A lot of them, like, for them to see me on TV, it's the biggest thing that anyone in our family's ever done. So, I mean, I got like over 100 cousins. You know what I'm saying? And it's like right now, my charity is being with my family. Home, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to be with them, trying to show them like there's so much more out there and that there is no limit to everything that we can do. You know what I'm saying? Because you go to Baltimore, it look like Beirut, you know what I'm saying? Buildings is crushed down, you know what I'm saying? There's no jobs, there's no nothing. So I try to call them as much as I can, you know what I'm saying? I just try to stay as positive with them, like try to bring them to California just to let them see what I'm doing. So like I'm sticking with the family, trying to get them big. I work a lot with the animals too. I'm like an animal whisperer, and also I do a lot of work with the Kabbalah Center. I study Kabbalah, so I do like a lot of work with them too. So, I mean, a lot of my stuff does have like a spiritual background. So that's as far as working with specific charity, no. But as far as working with people individually, yes.
Ooh, and also people don't really realize how hard it is to start promoting your music. And I mean, that's what you're busy with doing right now. So definitely guys support local music and check out your last time for your plugs, guys, as far as website goes.
The website is nehemiahclark.com, and Twitter and Facebook is Nehemiah MTV. And Google is so smart that if you misspell Nehemiah, it'd be like, did you mean? Boom.
There you go. And Leroy?
My website.
Last promotions.
LeroyGarrett.com. Facebook is Leroy Garrett, the Roy Lee. You can find it all. Just go to my website, LeroyGarrett.com, and just make sure you look at RonSwad.com for my up and latest photo shoot. It just dropped tonight.
It drops tonight. There you go. So exclusives tonight, guys. And I mean, real quick, as far as predictions goes.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
You felt like aliens were gonna come down, like the room was gonna start shaking.
Forget you got headphones on. I'm like,
the lights are blinking, poltergeist coming. All right, so predictions. I mean, you can't really predict what the next challenge is. MTV, they're just crazy. But we have San Diego, the Real World San Diego.
Hype about it. I'm happy.
You hype?
I'm happy.
We're gonna get you in the AfterBuzz studio first.
Every time. I want to talk about it, man.
Excellent.
Hope they do good. Like a lot of people, tweeted out like, "What do y'all think about the show?" And they're like, "It looks bad compared to the Las Vegas season. Give it a chance. Welcome them to the MTV family." And I'm gonna just break it down every episode.
Yeah. Every person that's on the show, I call them. Like, this is what you're gonna go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a family. They got the opportunity just like I did. And I feel happy for them all because we don't personally know what they've been through, what they did to get here or anything. So it's like, I'm hoping them the best. And I always hope that every season that come out do better than mine, which it won't. Real World Austin is the best.
Come on, man.
We run an
Vegas,
award.
We run an award. 10.5 million every week.
He's lying. He's lying.
Well, in my head, that's how many we had.
I was like, they're 10.5 million.
That's Jersey Shore.
Yeah, I'm like, they're going to be like,
check the
Vegas
awards. Real World Austin won best season ever. You know what I'm saying? It's in paper. No, I'm joking. But I think the next challenge, though, might be a duel.
Really?
That's
what makes you say that? Because you were giving me the idea of, with Real World, they like to have a high season and a low season, high season. So why are you saying the duel?
I say the duel based off of how many challenges there's been in between a duel. The duel does usually get good ratings. And also, sometimes with the teams, it gets a little boring. So it's either going to be a duel or a ruins. If it's a ruins, it's going to be whack. If it's a duel, they'll be able to have a lot more drama. They'll be able to have like exes on the show, you know what I mean? And also, they'll be able to give a lot more money. So people will fight a little bit harder.
Did you guys feel there was enough drama this season? I mean, you know how the game is played as far as what MTV wants. Did you feel this season brought enough drama?
Man, we got 2.5 million views. Like, it's the biggest season that they've had in over 6 seasons.
That's because they had me and Mike on there, man. We made the show, even though we got 2 minutes each episode. People like, where's Lee?
Yeah, because people was just waiting to see.
There's another shirt. Where's Lee?
Yeah.
My family was watching that last episode, waiting to call me. He had me like, he got that 50 grand. Like, come on, man. I didn't even get
mad.
it. Right?
My family be mad. I know you won the money. I'm like, I'm not even on the last episode. You got something.
Biggest misconception of the show is that everybody that does the real world is rich, and the rivals know. The kids from Jersey sure are rich. We're broke.
Yeah,
I was stripping paint off a porch earlier this morning.
He was.
Trying to make ends meet.
He was. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man, DJ Paulie D, and my man, Big Jerry, you know what I'm saying, from Jersey Shore. They doing their thing, and I'm proud of all of them. Proud of all of them.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for coming in the studio. We really appreciate you joining us at AfterBuzz.
Thank AfterBuzz for having us here. This was this was fun, man.
Shout out to Ustream.
Shout out to Ustream. Shout out to Maria, Menounos.
Shout out to Kevin.
Shout out to Kevin Zegro. Shout out to Isabel.
Shout out to the Rock over there with the shades on, ready to go home.
Isabel's joining me the last damn episode.
This was fun, man. We got to do this again.
And if he's back for the San Diego, I'll sure be
here. Back for San Diego. And also shout out to the Steamer.
Steamer on the phone.
Steamer has been my only partner who we made it to the end of the damn rival. So where's our 50,000? And of course, my homeboy Phil Svitek in the booth. Thank you guys, everybody, for making this episode great.
Right.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And everyone out there listening, peace out. We'll see you San Diego real well.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.